Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with a straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, just due.
Do you foresee yourself being in, let's say, more thrilling fights as you get older?
Basically, what you're saying is Floyd. Get beat up and get some black eyes, then get your hand raised.
No.
Stoop to everybody else. Stoop to everybody else's level and be stupid.
When you get older, I'm saying. When you get older, do you think
there's nothing cool about taking punishment, getting beat up, getting bloody lips, and getting a check. The coolest thing I can do, I can dominate you, shut you out, and make crazy money, and go home and live with my family in a very, very comfortable and happy way. That's how I like to. That's how I like to do it.
Lifting weights and being strong doesn't win fights. Having great timing and being a very, very smart and intelligent fighter wins fights. I mean, I've been in there before with guys that was a lot bigger and probably hit a lot harder and a lot stronger. But Floyd Mayweather always has the remedy.
Okay. Well, 37 opponents had a heart, and all of them came up short.
Speed kills, I guess, right? Watching you in person is a lot faster than on TV, man. How important is speed?
Well, it's not really. It's not about speed. It's about smarts. It's about smarts, and it's about not getting hit that much.
Baldamir's a big guy. What are you going to do to offset the size difference?
It's not by size. Skills pays the bills at the end of the day. It's about being smart, and the smarter fighter is going to win. Most guys I don't beat them with speed and power. I beat them with smarts. I think about it. It's more up here than here.
Bring the truth or tell on your ass what you're doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell rings, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you're gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. You can get killed in this shit, man.
You want honesty?
His channel. It throws real punches.
Rescue Boxing gives you skills, heart, and culture.
Straight up.
I catch every drop on my lunch break. Can't miss it.
What's good, y'all? What's going on, y'all? What they lying about today, y'all? What they crying about today? Another day to build on this boxing, shooting down their narratives with my pew pew. Having fun, you know what I mean? I made some time today. Y'all gonna learn. HANEY-HOES, president of Haney Land, ARTMAN, where you at, man? Where you at? We had you in 4K earlier, man. Didn't I tell you that you came on this platform and told the world, the entire world? Well, nah, I ain't gonna say the world. Damn, we ain't that big. But you came and told all of us that Zuffa was holding up the announcement. I mean, Keyshawn Davis was holding up the Zuffa announcement. What you said, fam. We gonna talk about it. My dog, Tego, was good with it. We fight all night. Pedro says Shakur never replied why he decided not to fight Devin. Courtney, what up? You do know, Pedro, that it takes two, right? You know, Devin Haney made a decision that he wanted to keep his belt, right? So if he wanted to keep his belt, that means what? He can't fight Shakur and keep his belt. I'm just going off of what they said. They said they wanted to keep the belt. That's what they said. You know, and in order to do so, you had to fight Keyshawn Davis. So it wasn't even on Shakur. I might have a little special guest for y'all in a second, man. Y'all been putting a lot of stain on Keyshawn's name, fam. We ain't feeling it over here. You know what I mean? Shout out to Coach Dorsett, man. I've been seeing him on Mill City, you know, making his own videos and content. I've been enjoying it, man. I've been sitting back enjoying it. And that's somebody that I wanted to talk to because he's somebody that, you know, is from Team Davis. You know what I'm saying? He represents Team Davis. Maybe he could give us a little insight on how he feeling about, you know, what's going on with the fight. You know what I mean? What's his thoughts? Like, how confident is he that a fight gets made? You know, just a conversation, you know, not an interview, but a conversation, man. I appreciate anybody that gives me their time to come up here and chop it up. You get what I'm saying? It's just always fun to talk to the ones that really be involved. You get what I'm saying? The ones that really be involved in the mix, right? Because we ain't trying to hear from these guys that say they got sources and then they sources be terrible. Samuel, what up, homie? Evan not going to fight Keyshawn though, so he's gonna lose his belt. If he don't fight Keyshawn, he loses his belt, Pedro. If he don't fight Keyshawn, because the WBO president already, you know, issued a statement, you know, and made it clear that Keyshawn Davis is the mandatory. That's the guy that you gotta fight. That's the guy that they postponed the purse bid for so they could figure it out themselves. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Old Money Swag. What it do, my guy? He said Boots being a hater is crazy talk about Bub. Hey, we gonna get into that. No evidence. What's good with it, homie? We definitely gonna get into it. Shout out to Tego. That's my guy, man. He be over there cooking. He was talking about this topic the other day, just yesterday, and he had a good take on it. You know, for me, these conversations is not about right and wrong. It's about letting people cook and supporting people. If you gotta, he laid out some things that, you know, he felt like supported his case for why Bud, you know what I mean, didn't really want this fight, you know, and he had his takes on it. Shout out to Tego, man. I rock with it. That's why you seen me just supporting. I got a different spin on it though. You know what I'm saying? It's not a right or wrong thing, but I'm a you know, I try to put a different spin on it, give y'all some perspective, man. I don't think neither Bud or Jerron is a hater. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think so. I think when you hear them two dudes speaking, they speaking like fighters, bro. They speaking like fighters. Boots don't think about Terence Crawford what us or me or anybody else think, like in terms of people that think he one of the best ever. He might feel that way, but ultimately he still don't look at him the way we look at him, because that's a guy that he could potentially be in a ring with. And the same thing for Bud. Bud is so much more accomplished than Boots Ennis, a guy that is just now getting his just due, respectfully, right? Just now getting his just due. And people for so long have, you know, aligned, you know, Boots Ennis' name with Terence Crawford because they want to see the fight. But the discussions that surround wanting to see the fight is all toxic for the most part. It's either people saying Boots was scared of Bud and it will get knocked out, or they saying Bud was ducking Boots, didn't want to give him a chance and he would have got knocked out. But I got a different spin on it, man. We're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it. No evidence, my guy. Teach what it do. You already know, Pedro. We're going to get you right over here. Marcus, he said, is Shadeja coming on? Nah, I had reached out to Keyshawn Coach Dorsett, aka Mr. Chicken. And I gotta ask him how he got that name too. But you know, hopefully he click the link in a bit and he'll come up here and chop it up with us, man, for a little bit. Shout out to Tego. Yeah, it's just perspective, bro. That's why you know Tego, I'm gonna tell you right now. That's how you know I'm a genuine supporter. Because I had a different thought process on it, but I understood everything you was putting down. I understood it. It was making sense. I'm like, I get that. I get it. It's just a conversation, right? But people make it seem like what they think is so much more right than what the next person. Nah, man, you was over there cooking, man. And I appreciated the real thoughts, man. You just gave your honest thoughts on the shit and you laid out. You had some receipts. You get me? You had some things going on. You saw the thumbnail on the vertical. Where? Man, I had. Unless they tripped up. Yeah, shout out to Faber G's. I ain't think so. My thumbnail got Boots and Boots and Crawford. Forever G's, what it do? Too late, Crawford retired. I ain't gonna say it's too late, but I do feel like he retired. I don't think he coming back. Shout out to Forever G's, man. Specs, what it do, man? Boxing Dad in the building. T-Mac, my guy. What's good with y'all, family? How y'all feeling? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to chop it up for a little bit, man. See if you want to come up. The marriage was good with it, because like I said, we caught ARTMAN and 4K with the BS, right? And 4K, y'all. He said he didn't say that it was the Zuffa announcement that was being held up by Keyshawn not signing. That's what he said. That's what he told all of us. I'm gonna run the clip, man. Shout out to T-Mac, my guy, man. I'm glad you're doing well over there. Marcus, appreciate the love in the super chat early, getting it started, putting some color in the chat. Y'all all hit the like button, sub to the channel. Y'all know what we do over here, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to the homie Marcus, man. Yeah, man, hopefully he could come through. Got a couple minutes just to chop it up, man, because, again, I'm tired of hearing from these dumbass fans talking about who he fought. He ain't fought nobody. He's not that good. He's not going to look good at welterweight. He ain't never had a fight. Man, I think people going to be pleasantly surprised, you know what I'm saying, with the businessman. But look, y'all want to laugh at ARTMAN? Y'all want to laugh at ARTMAN at 4K real quick? The fact of the matter is both teams are starving because they want more money. Prove me wrong. Nah, I ain't got to prove you wrong. Shit, that's for somebody else to do. You got your own thoughts, Lamont. I'm not here to prove you wrong. That's the thing, man. This ain't that. If that's how you feel, rock with it, fam. You get me? I ain't here to tell you, Lamont, nah, but I can tell you how I see it. I don't think both sides are starving for money. I think Devin Haney has to get paid a certain amount of money to get in the ring. And I think Keyshawn Davis is there for the ride. I could be completely wrong, but I don't see him kicking and screaming about money. So this will be news to all of us. Kid threat for sure. I think Dave gets the win, but it won't be easy. It damn sure won't. I think he got all the tools and then something to beat him. But y'all want to see ARTMAN line in 4K? I told him I made time for him today. We talk boxing for hours. We be having some fun. You got to have some fun with it. Y'all want to see him live in 4K? Yeah. Y'all want to see him live? First he said he being backed by Turkey. He being backed by Turkey, right? He being backed by Turkey, but he signs to the zone and not Zuffa, right? Do that even make sense? Hold on, let's play the clips. Let's roll the beautiful beam footage in 4K, man. That it's not about stalling, Cali. It's not about stalling. It's about negotiating. They allow, I think, 4 more days to negotiate. I think it's up to June 30th to see if they could iron out a deal. If they can iron out a deal, then the purse bid ain't necessary. So think about it, Cali. That if you trying to get a job, right? If you doing something for money, you're going to try to negotiate and get the most money you could get, right? Why wouldn't you? Why would you settle for anything less than getting the absolute most that you can get? There's nothing wrong with that on either side. On either side. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why negotiation periods are available, because that allows both teams to do exactly that. Figure out if they can come up with a deal on both sides. But you get what I'm saying? That's what that's about. They're not starving. No, Devin Haney's one of the highest paid fighters in the game. You get what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis, he already got his foot in the game, right? He doing his thing. He in that echelon where he's making the 6- and 7-figure paydays. He up there. He made it. You just got to keep winning. That's all you got to keep doing. Just keep winning. Stay focused. Stay locked in. Keep trusting your team. They got you this far. It's going to be hard for somebody to beat that young man. Straight like that. That's how I feel. I'm not about to half-ass it, second guess it. Nah, but we about to catch our man. We got 2 clips for the Summer Jam screen, for the Just Do screen. Shooting down the narratives, man, one by one. Listen to him live. He'll come up on this show live.
Alley by his own promoter, because hey, you got 25% to take, my guy. If you don't take it, there's no fight. And best believe the reports, when it's reported, it's not going to be reported as Devin Haney turned down the fight. It's going to be reported as your man Keyshawn Davis turned down the fight. The ball is in his court. It is in his court. And I heard your question. You asked where would the fight be and so and so. Do you think DHP is just running around by themselves Do you understand that Devin is backed by Turkey? You understand that? Do you understand that? Devin is backed by Turkey.
It's a little
The fight between Keyshawn and motherfucking Devin, it's gonna be a ring fight. It's a ring fight. I don't know why y'all acting like it's rocket science or anything. Devin versus Keyshawn is a ring fight. We're waiting for Keyshawn to sign his part of the deal. Take the 25% or there's no fight.
That's y'all heard me in the back like that should sound good. All right. I don't know. It's a good fight. It's a good fight, Callie. It's a good fight. Hopefully it's something that we get to see. Hopefully it's something we get to see in due time. But look, he had an opportunity to fight him, Callie. He had an opportunity. He asked for too much money. He asked for too much money and they ain't make the fight. You get what I'm saying? And for anybody that was talking that Andy Cruz shit, Andy Cruz, shout out to the L-Dub, the plug. Andy Cruz had an opportunity to fight Keyshawn Davis when he fought Gustavo Lemos, but he didn't want that fight. Eddie Hearn didn't want it for him, just like I always told y'all. So he moved on. He went and knocked out Lemos overweight ass. Polished him. The same guy. Listen, same guy that gave Richards and Hitchens the toughest fight of his career on paper, right? In the ring. Lemos, right? Keyshawn Davis got in there with that same guy and belt the ass. Stoppage. Different guy, bro. He a different breed, man. A different breed. So that maybe that'll give you some idea how that matchup could possibly go with a Hitchens and Keyshawn. And man, shout out to my guy, man, in the back, man, Coach Dorsett, aka Mr. Chicken, man.
What's going on, people?
What's going on with it, man? I want to welcome you to the platform, man. This is Just Do Boxing. I'm the host, KB. And you a guy that I'm wanting to talk to for a while, man.
No doubt, man.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm positive. You know, that's how I'm carrying it right now. I'm just positive, staying patient, and and just taking in the knowledge at the same time.
Right. And one of the things I just wanted to talk about, like obviously it's out there. It's one of the most talked about matchups in boxing right now. And that's the businessman versus Devin the Dream Haney, man. I just wanted to get your thoughts on a few things. And you ain't got to tell me no exclusive. I ain't prying and nothing. I just want to know, like, what's your thoughts about the fight actually being made? How positive are you that it's headed in the right direction?
I'm pretty positive that is heading in the I'm pretty positive about the fight being made. As far as it being in the right direction, I guess that's subjective. But I'm pretty positive that the fight is going to happen. Devin and his team, like I said, they don't come across that confident. But we definitely confident. If it's up to us, man, we can fight him tomorrow.
Right.
But he has to get the impression. Yeah, he has to give the impression that he is what he is, and we have to prove that we are what we are.
Right.
They know who we are, but the people don't. Right. But he got, like I said, he got to get the impression that he is what the people think he is.
Right.
And he's trying to prove to the people that we're not who we know we are.
Right.
But when you clash, all of that shit's gonna go down the drain.
Right. That's a fact. Man, I gotta get your thoughts on Bill and shout out to him, by the way. I always say this. I think he great for boxing. Just I love what he doing with Devin and his son. It's all good, but he like to shuck and jive, as I call it. He like to slick talk, walk you around the block. Man, what's your thoughts on this? Him making this big deal about Keyshawn, quote unquote, going silent. and you know, not being willing, I guess, to go back and forth with him. They kind of used that his absence on social media as a way to create this narrative that, oh, he's asking for money. Y'all not confident no more in the 25%. All this garbage. I mean, what's your thoughts?
And the like I said, like you said, Bill is great when it comes to saying a whole lot of things but confirming nothing. You know what Floyd say? You're a man of many things, but a master of nothing. You know,
right.
when he's talking about Keyshawn's being absent, and like I said before, I underestimate just how slow some people can be. How you doing? I underestimate just how slow some people can be because these people are actually gullible enough to actually fall for these things. So when he says these things first, how big of hypocrites these people are, because one, they say Keyshawn, first they saying Keyshawn talk too much.
Right.
Then they say Bill talk too much. And then when Keyshawn lays back and saying, oh, he's scared because he's not talking to Bill. It's like these people don't know what they want, and there's always going to be some complaint. There's always going to be some, oh, just shut up and fight, or there's going to be like, come on, man, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
And if y'all listen to what Keyshawn said on the live, he said, "Yo, you signed to a promoter. Why am I talking to you?" He didn't say I'm not going to talk. He says, why am I talking to you?
Facts.
You know, the conversations that are being made is with the people that actually matter.
Exactly. That's all.
You know, the
And
people
I
that
just
actually
wanted
make the moves.
right. I just
know?
wanted to highlight that because you know, we get it. Keyshawn, I don't think he expected Keyshawn to be on point the way he was. He couldn't get him in the blender and just get him in there just saying anything and just going back and forth. He was saying the real, like, bro, why I'm talking to you? We talking to the people that's getting it done. And that's what I've been saying to these people that happen to be just a little slower than you and I, or a lot slower. They don't get that. They think going back and forth with Bill is making a fight. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how a fight gets made at all.
Yes, Bill is a part of what people Bill is a part of why people want to see the fight, but he's not a part of what makes gets the fight made. You know, Keyshawn is talking to the people that actually gets the fight made.
Right. I just thought it was strange that, and look, he's entitled to do business how he do business, but somebody that is trying to convince the world that this is the fight that's next and y'all 100% want this guy, you sure could have fooled me because you had a 20-day period that just went and then it gets postponed, which gives you a little bit more breathing room to kind of figure out whatever it is you're going to figure out. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to see that man. This is my personal opinion. I don't see Keyshawn Davis whining and complaining about no money the way that side is pushing, because, you know, I'm big on shooting down false narratives. I'm about the truth, and whoever that represents, so be it. But when I hear guys saying, you know, weird stuff, and then I got to talk to you because it's annoying. I love building fighters up, and I hate hearing people get tore down. So when I hear people saying Keyshawn is quiet on social media because he's cycling off and he ain't confident, they don't want to fight, and he turned down $3 million. In my mind, you're killing the fight. If you're actually behind the scenes trying to get it done, why are you constantly running to the social media to try to create this energy that, this guy is not confident, he's just stopping the fight from happening?
What he's trying to create is an scapegoat just in case, you know, they tuck their tail and go for a run. The blame won't be on them.
I said that.
That's all it is. You know, And like I said, we constantly give these people too much credit and, underestimate just how gullible and naive these people are when it comes to like when I did the interview with Bill, last week,
Right.
he asked what did he ask? He said, "Oh, so you went 24 rounds with Albright?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "So that means basically what you're saying is Keyshawn has a problem with boxers." I said, "How did you get that from that?" I said, "First of all, he said, no, boxers is Keyshawn's kryptonite. That's why he couldn't get the stoppage." I said, "Bro, but he beat the life out of him for 24 rounds. So how is that the kryptonite or anything if we completely dominated him for the entire fight?"
Right. I said the same
And
thing.
but he's the mere fact that people were in the comments saying, "Yeah, he did go 24 rounds with Albright." That, like I said, I completely underestimate just how slow people can be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, these people are not, that common sense is really not that common. So sometimes you gotta explain to them like they're fifth graders.
Right.
You gotta really break it down to them like, look, no. 1 + 1 actually does equal 2.
Yeah. Not for them though. 1 + 1 is 4 and 5 for them. Not for them. They believe anything. Any bill come out and tell them something, they just they take it and run with it. And I'm like, nobody that actually wants a fight will be actively killing the fight at the same time. And it's pretty much what you said. You creating a scapegoat and an out. So if anything goes wrong and this fight doesn't come to fruition, you want everybody to look at Team Davis and say, "Hey man, y'all wasn't confident, y'all didn't want it." But in reality, man, you got to let the business do what it do and make the fight. You said you was keeping your belt. In order for you to do that, you got to fight that man.
Yeah, if you really wanted to, if they really want the fight, then there's no doubt that this fight is going to happen. If Devin Haney and Bill Haney want this fight to happen, hands down, without a doubt, this will be fighting Devin Haney next. But just know for a fact, if this fight doesn't happen, it is because they didn't want it.
Talk about it. I mean,
I already said multiple times, had this fight not been a mandatory, there's no way in the world that Devin would even entertain fighting us.
Yeah, I just think
There's
they
no way.
got, and it's my honest opinion. I think I respect him. I think he'll fight whoever, as long as the business is making sense. But I don't think they anticipated this situation materializing the way it did with we're gonna fight both of the brothers. We're gonna get the little brother and we're gonna get the big bro. And it's like, you asked for something and then it happened because they were saying he was clout chasing. He didn't, petition to be the mandatory, and then boom, WBO comes out, it's in the mandatory, and then we get more excuses, and then all the attention went to Shakur again. That's the only thing, and I want everybody to hear what I'm saying. Y'all know I'm consistent. That's what made me feel like they would rather a Shakur fight is makes more money. Keyshawn is a dangerous guy with less fights. It's a high risk fight, and I think they trying to get a big reward for it. And I don't blame him for it because I think he got all the tools to get the job done. I keep saying it. He's a complete fighter. I think he's better than a lot of those guys that Devin Haney faced. I believe if this fight happens, it's gonna show.
Now, all right, then, bro. Now, I told the world, I told Bill Haney to himself, like, he already knows that, the reason that he picked Shakur, and Shakur's my brother, but I think that he felt like he had a better chance with Shakur, even though I believe that Shakur have did him dirty too, you know. But it would have been a slower pace chess match with which Shakur would have. Put it like this: Shakur would have embarrassed him, but Keyshawn is really going to beat him up and hurt him.
He's gonna hurt him. Gonna try to hurt him.
He's going to hurt him. And that's the difference right there. Shakur is just going to outbox him. That's the options that Devin has. He has the option to outbox you, and he doesn't have a kill switch. You know, like Devin is soft body. You know, like, and I respect what he. All right, now I respect what he's done, but Devin is soft. Like he's soft. Like think about this, bro. And I asked people this the other day because they constantly kept on comparing them to Brian Norman. Well, comparing me to Brian Norman Sr. And
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I said, bro, you're comparing me to Brian, us to Brian Norman. I said, bro, how about this? Do you think if Keyshawn would have dropped Brian Norman the way that Devin did, you think he would have made it out of that round? You think Brian Norman would have made it? You think Brian Norman would have made it out of that round like he did with Devin if Keyshawn had dropped him? You know, if Regis Progress would have got hurt in the ring with Keyshawn, you think he would have made it out of that round?
I don't think he would have made it to see the final bell for sure.
Exactly. So, and there's no way that you're telling me if you got an individual whatsoever. There's no way that you're telling me that you believe that skill-wise, Regis Progress or Brian Norman is on the same skill level as Keyshawn Davis.
Right. I've said the same thing. You know what? And I wanted to ask you this with you being a coach and you being able to see the work being put in firsthand, right? I always talk about Keyshawn pedigree, and it seems like that word is foreign to the HANEY-HOES, as I call them. Like can you explain to the people out there that what is it that they missing about Keyshawn? Because they only see 15 fights. I see pedigree, I see quality over quantity with those 15 fights. Can you tell us what do you think people are missing about the young man?
Well, they missing the well, the only thing that Keyshawn doesn't have. I was about to say validation, but nah. Think about this. Ask yourself why all the world champions, all the Hall of Famers, all of the top coaches and all of them, they're the ones who are saying, oh yeah, I got Keyshawn. Ask yourself why that. It's the casuals that are saying, nah, he gonna get stopped. Nah, he gonna they don't know what the fuck they talking about. These people are these are the same people that they picking their winner based on who got the most Instagram followers. They don't know what the fuck they talking about.
Right. It's funny how when
the people.
Yeah, I was chopping it up and he kept asking about knockouts and knockout this and knockout that. And I'm like, bro, your son is a pure boxer. Why the hell are you talking about knockouts? Keyshawn just stopped the last 3 out of 4 opponents, and those 3 dudes in a row have never been stopped. That's what he really should have been talking about. You looking at the one fight where he dominated guy every single round. But those 3 fights before that all got stopped by guys that never been stopped.
This is what I was talking about. Like, I actually was going in there trying to show this man some respect. You know, I was actually going in there trying to show this man respect, answering his questions and all of that. But really, the more and more I talk to this man, I realize, yo, he's a troller. He don't really know shit about boxing. He's a businessman, but he don't know shit about boxing. You know, this guy, you got to talk to him like, yo, man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You sound stupid. You know, why'd you answer me this?
Right.
And that's why I got to that level with Keyshawn. Like, that last interview, I told him the last time, yo, this is the last time I'm coming at you like that, man.
Yeah.
And like the last interview that I did on Mill City, like, we called Bill Haney and we was like, yo, bring your ass up here. But he saw I was carrying it differently then.
Yeah.
He saw I was carrying it differently then. And I'm like, yo, bro, man, the fuck you gonna do, man? Like, all that WWE shit you've been doing, like, let's have a real conversation and let's just talk about the real shit that because I'm answering shit with logic.
Yeah.
And just hoping people will just see through it. But people like, no, man, he killed him. I'm like, bro, now I really got to talk to these people like they fucking stupid. And
they
like,
crazy,
look,
and they are, though.
Yeah, you know, I got to talk to these people like they fucking stupid. I'm like, look, dummy. You know, it's me comparing Keyshawn going the distance with Albright when and you equating that to Keyshawn having a problem with boxers. One,
yeah.
Keyshawn fights. Albright fights nothing like Devin Haney. 2, he beat the shit out of him for 12 rounds. 3, if you're going to say that Keyshawn has a problem with boxers because he went the distance with Albright, that means Devin, by that logic, has a problem with everybody he gets in the ring with. Because he doesn't stop anybody.
Right.
You know, but this is how gullible motherfuckers are. They going on watching one clip of this nigga putting on some weight and hitting the heavy bag. Saying, oh, those punches look strong as hell. Those punches look strong as hell. First of all, when do you see Devin Haney punching like that in a fight?
They say he don't train like he fight. Say he train a certain way.
You don't see Devin Haney throwing multiple power shots, period. Like I said, this man ain't got that killer instinct. He ain't got that kill switch. Like I said, even when he hurts somebody, he gets on his bicycle. Even when he dropped Brian Norman, he ain't go for the kill. He danced for the rest of the fucking fight. Like, man, I'm satisfied with that.
Right.
He's the bitch.
Man, killing him. So something you brought up caught my attention. I also wanted to get your thoughts on it as well. Right? We see him putting on the weight and acclimating, you know, himself to being a full-fledged welterweight. What's your thoughts on people making a big deal out of Keyshawn being too small for this weight class? I don't agree, but I can understand people saying he never fought there, but I don't think it's going to be a matter of size at all. What's your thoughts on people saying he's too small for 40 seconds and he's going to get stopped in 5-6 rounds?
The mere fact that they saying he's going to get stopped. We're talking about Devin Haney.
Right.
When the fuck did he become this animal that's stopping people. Not just stopping fucking cab drivers in Mexico, which he built up his damn knockout percentage. Because they saying, oh, he got more knockouts than Keyshawn got fights. There's nobody that he fought in his first 25 fights out of these 33 that compares to the level of competition that Keyshawn fought at the Olympics.
Keep saying that. That's why I bring up the pedigree. They don't get it.
Nobody. I did it on Mill City the other day. I said, bro, when did Devin Haney fight his first undefeated opponent? He fought his first undefeated opponent, his 24th fight. Keyshawn pro debut was against a dude that was 10-0. That's the difference right there. And then, like I told Bill, don't try to use the amateurs at convenience. Because when we talked about that shit, he said, yeah, that's because he was on the Olympics. Don't mention the Olympics now. Don't say his amateur shit matters then. Oh, it matters on how you move them. And don't say that shit matters.
Right.
Because when I say that Devin never made it to the Olympics, so he got more experience on an international scale than Devin, because Keyshawn, he's been on the national team and on the Olympic team and traveling the world, facing different styles for years, ever since he was a JO. When he was 15, 14 years old, Shakur and them was asking him to come up to the Olympic training center to get ready for the Olympics. When Shakur was going to the Olympics.
Right.
Now Devin, on the other hand, he was blessed to be under the tutelage and surrounded by great fighters. But it's nothing to substitute being in that ring besides being in that ring. He don't probably soaked up a whole lot of knowledge, but you can't soak up a mindset. Sometimes either you got it or you don't.
Right.
You know, Bill got more of that mindset than Devin. Bill from Oakland. Devin, he's a silver spoon baby. He's a Hakeem Lion. You know,
not
but the way they
Hakeem
acting right now is more so like Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a Hakeem Lion. You know, like they in fact they got to build up to be the Tyreek from Power, because Tyreek from Power still got some dog in him.
Right.
You know, but he's more of a fucking Theodore Huxtable.
Right.
You know, don't try to convince nobody that Devin is this fucking dog, this animal. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's why I said that's how fucking naive these people are. I just sit back and look at these motherfuckers like, yo, y'all stupid for real.
Yeah, they very gullible. I go at it a lot with them, and that's why I say I can't wait to talk to you, because you just hit on a lot of the stuff that was already out there, just narrative after narrative, and I just can't wait to see this fight get announced so we can see it. And I think it's gonna be a lot of hurt feelings. What you make of his last fight with Brian Norman? His last two fights. Do you feel like that's the best version of Devin Haney that we've ever seen?
No. If you go on my page, if you go back and look on my page, a week before the Brian Norman fight, I made a prediction video. Right. I did a prediction video of the Brian Norman fight. I said, okay, this is a easy fight for Devin Haney. I said, y'all looking at the fight when he was in New York, and that was his first fight back when he was dancing around and all of that shit. But Devin Haney is about to get in there with a flat-footed, stationary fighter. You know, I said he's going to clearly outbox this dude. And I said on this prediction video a week before the fight, y'all going to be surprised how easily he steps inside the pocket and dominate him on the inside as well. And the reasoning that I said because Brian Norman, he doesn't throw sharp inside punches. He lines people up with overhands and hooks. But these are people who use the high guard. And I was saying that shit on the other on Mill City. I was like, look, he knocked out a whole bunch of stationary Mexicans. That's who Bill Haney sold Brian Norman on, knocking out stationary Mexicans.
They still
Plain and
trash.
simple.
Yeah. Still called him a bum. They wanted credit to win after the fact. They did the same thing. They doing it with Keyshawn now. 1 minute he a bum, then he a bad motor scooter. Man, y'all got to keep the story the same way. Because if y'all gonna trash him as a fan base, I can't give y'all.
That's why I say boxing fans, a lot of times they're not even fans. They just loyal haters.
Yes.
They're
Fans of a
loyal
boxer.
haters.
Right.
They're not boxing fans, because when you're talking about some of the great some great fights and leading up to the fights, he just won a payday. Even if he won a payday, it's a great fight, you dummy. Yeah,
it is. And they pride fighters, so why wouldn't they want a payday? You go to work every day, you want to get paid, right? So why should it be any different with people that's risking their life for the money?
That's what I said. These are not boxing fans. They're loyal haters. I mean, that you know that's a fact, because Floyd Mayweather made $1 billion career based off hate.
Yep. He monetized the hate.
Haters are always more loyal than supporters.
Absolutely.
You know, like supporters, they want hookups. They want free tickets. You know, they want to show up, get the backstage passes for nothing. They'll scream your shit on some bootleg shit. But a hater will spend his last fucking dollar trying to see you fail.
Yeah, you ain't never lied.
Last fucking dollar trying to see you fail. Right. I told him this. I said, aside from, I told Bill this the first interview that we did together. I said, bro, recognize, you know, when Devin was first coming up, just like Keyshawn, you know, everybody was like, oh, yeah, he's good. One, not because they saw the same shit in him that they see in Keyshawn coming up, but he was being validated by Floyd, you know, being around all the and he's the young dude that was like, oh, who's this young guy? And Floyd like, yeah, he's the future, he's the future, he's the future. So he was being validated, like a lot of big stars today, boxing stars today. A lot of them came up because they were validated by Mayweather. Yeah. You know.
Just said Keyshawn one of the best in the sport. They ain't like that.
Did you see that video that I put out there when I put Mayweather in there? I put the Mayweather video. I was like, I said the dude that used to vouch for y'all.
Right.
When they asked him who is the best fighters in the sport right now, he started off with Keyshawn Davis,
Right.
Shakur Stevenson,
Right.
and he said, Devin. I
Right.
said, recognize the first word that came out of his mouth was Keyshawn Davis, and the word that in the name he had to think about, he's like, oh shit, Devin.
Right.
You ain't
Right.
got to think about that shit with Keyshawn.
They know. They know. I mean, I've talked to a number of different people, that seen the work, and it's all consistent. I was talking to somebody about, the conversations, and it's always the same thing. This dude really the goods. He's special. He this. I even heard a story. Shout out to Troy Nash, the young prospect coming up. And he was
Yeah.
telling a story about how he was terrorizing grown men in the gyms, and they ain't even want to spar with him. Like this story, you just hear him
These
over
are true
over
fucking
again.
stories.
Yeah, yeah.
These are true stories. Like what? And it came to a place I'm like, yo, bro, man, you got to stop doing this shit, bro, man. We need this sparring, bro. Like we need this sparring, man. Like it because Keyshawn is so ruthless with this shit. He'll get to the talking shit in the sparring sessions. Like when he get into that fight mode, it's like, but when you can.
Probably got a phone call. Y'all hit that like button, everybody, man. Hit the like button. Shout out to Coach Dorsett coming up to chop it up with us. I know how that goes. Probably got a phone call. Hit that like button. We gonna keep building. Shout out to Big Dog Willie too, man. Appreciate the love. Ace, my dog. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the jewels. Everybody hit that like button, man. You see, man. He's saying this is gonna be one of the fights to talk about. I just want to see it without the narratives, man. And it's good to hear somebody speak that's able to see the work firsthand. You get what I'm saying? Instead of hearing this, he fighting CNA workers. Oh, he this, he that. You watching a guy are you listening to a guy that's watching him put that work in time and time again? He know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And it's very consistent with what I've been hearing, bro. The dude gonna prove some more people wrong when it's all said and done. You could guarantee that. Shout out to Dante. Dean was good. Cal Cooley, my dog. Juice, what up with it, man? I know he probably got a phone call. We'll see if we can get him back in here. Y'all just hit the like button. It's been a good conversation, man. Always good to chop it up. Shout out to Team Haney, man. Just stop playing. Stop playing and start fighting. All right, there you go. You back. Oh, my bad, y'all. There you go.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You could go out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
Drop and come back?
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Damon, man. He say it might be too early for Key. Look, we're going to talk about it. When he come back in here, I'll ask him. I ask him what's his thoughts on it. That's why he here, man. I like to hear from people that see this stuff firsthand. You get what I'm saying? Team Haney, I got your hands full with this one. Think he going out and coming back in. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Damon. But listen, anything is possible. The beautiful thing about this is we get the opportunity to see if it's too early. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully we get to see that. All right. If it's too early or if it's right on time. With me, I seriously think, and I put a lot of stock into the pedigree. I think that's going to guide them through. I really do. I think that's going to stop the fight from looking like anything the rest of those 33 fights look like. That's just me, though. You hear me?
Yeah.
For sure. Quick question, because they always, Team Haney is in the chat. They always in the chat. What's your thoughts on somebody saying it might be too early for him? Because again, they looking at 33 fights versus 15. They looking at a guy that's supposed to be this big welterweight versus a guy that had 2 fights at 40. What's your thoughts on it being too early?
Too early. Like, once again, to everybody who's constantly seeing the repetitive responses when it comes to why Keyshawn shouldn't take this fight, why Devin Haney would win is nothing but experience. I hope y'all realize that everybody that Keyshawn has been in the ring with has had more experience than him. Everybody
no losing records
that
either.
Keyshawn, from the very beginning of his pro career, his debut, like I said, his debut was against a dude that was 10-0. It was everybody that he's been in the ring with has been more experienced than him. He fought Jose Pedraza in his 9th fight. You know, a two-time, a two-division world champion. He like Lemos was the 12th fight, his first homecoming. You're saying everything is too early. You have to recognize these dudes. Either you made for that, either you made for that stage or you're not. Either you made for that stage or you're not, and you don't find out once a motherfucker is on that stage whether or not you're made for it. They asked me the other day, what do you think Brian Norman was made for the stage? He actually is, because he actually looked comfortable and calm and relaxed when he was in there with Devin.
Right.
He just wasn't the better fighter.
Yeah, he handled the moment well. I don't think the lights was too bright for him and none of that.
He didn't fight nervous or scared or timid or none of that shit.
Right.
He fought like he was trying to win.
Right. Tell people this all the time, man. Respected Devin, but you know, Keyshawn won the title, 13 fights. And I say this just for like, so y'all could do your homework. Go look and see who Devin Haney fought in his 13th fight. When y'all say it's too early, just think at 13 fights in, 12, you going into your 13th fight, you competing for a title against, I think, a bronze medalist at that. And he stopped him. Now go check. And this is not a diss. Go look who Devin fought in 13 at 13-0, 12-0. Go look. It's not the same, fam. Yeah.
Everybody downplaying Baranches simply because he didn't get before he got to that next level. Keyshawn stopped his ass. There's a whole lot of people that Keyshawn has already fought that if you put him in a ring with some of these top dudes, it ain't gonna look well.
And you seen it. I use the example with Ortiz. I get it. It was a you know, not the last fight, the fight before, but he gave Loma hell in that first half of the fight. He gave him hell. He fizzled down the stretch, and he ended up losing. But Tio, he arguably beat this guy, and then he gets in there with Keyshawn and can't win a fucking round and get stopped. That should tell you where his level is at. I'm not trying to do a triangle theory, but it should tell you where he's at in his career.
Look at Lemos, and when he was in there with Richard Hitchison.
He gave Hitchens his toughest fight. Keyshawn stops him in what, 4 rounds?
2 rounds.
What was it? 2? Oh, second round. Well, you're right. I think
second
it was round. Like a 3rd, 4th round. Right.
Second round
so,
with a nasty ass knockout.
And he was overweight.
6 pounds overweight. 6 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
6 pounds overweight. The night of the fight, that nigga came in as a middleweight. It was 160 the night of the fight.
And
he stopped his ass in 2 rounds.
Now, we're not saying Devin is Lemos, y'all, but all this talk about the weight, I think y'all putting too much stock into the weight and not enough stock into the skill. That's why I keep asking anybody from Team Haney that want to come up and chop it up, tell me X's and O's, what does he do better? Don't just throw random shit out there. Come talk to me and have a conversation. Shout out to Rick. He asked the question, Dorsett. He want to know if you ever seen, I think he meant Core and Key spar. How was it? I don't know
have I ever seen Key spar?
What's your Core?
Yeah. That, let me tell y'all how the introductory for Keyshawn and Shakur came about.
Talk about it.
Shakur came down to Norfolk and after he just won the Junior Olympic World Championships, and everybody was praising him, and everybody was like, yo, man, yo, Shakur out there. And Keyshawn was like, and? You know what I'm saying? And so what? This was, and Keyshawn was about 12, something like that. And
crazy.
Everybody was talking about sparring them, trying to spar. He was like, nah, let me get in there, type shit.
Right.
That's what how Keyshawn was carrying it. And it was a real competitive sparring jump, but it was the trash talking and all of that shit that made Shakur like, yo, he ain't respecting me, and that's why Shakur started respecting him. It was like, yo, he ain't no fanboy.
Right.
He got that same competitive dog in him that I got. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's been competitive, high-level sparring since they were babies, man.
You know what? It's crazy. I never got to see him spar, but what you saying make a lot of sense because I just read energy and I could tell the respect is definitely mutual. But for Shakur, for me, and it's just my opinion, and that's my guy. They all know, and I'm in Jersey, so they know that's my guy. But I feel like when he respects you like that, it comes from a place of experience, and it's the work that's being put in where he like, yo, that dude a little bit different, and he one of them ones that a lot of people say different. So for him to say it, the Bud Crawford, the Bo Matt, everywhere you go, from Bradley to Ward, I mean, everybody, Mayweather is just the only people out here say anything remotely different are some fans that's trying to convince themselves that this fight somehow is going to be one-sided. Like my guy, shout out to Nitro. So I don't see how people say it's going to be a one-sided fight.
Every time you recognize this, though, every time you ask them, oh, why? Tell me why you believe that is never no logical explanation. It's always, oh, he got more experience. No, man, it's just a payday. Oh, man, like, they don't never say, wait a minute, his style is this. Stylistically, it's just this. Oh, he got a better this than this. Everybody's saying the same thing that they say about Devin for every fucking fight. Oh, his jab, though, man. What the fuck?
I was going to ask you about the jab because they say he got the best jab in the business. I think he got a pretty damn good jab.
You know why they say he got the best jab in the business? Because he ain't got shit else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at jab for jab, percentage of accuracy and all of the above, it's probably Keyshawn is probably just as accurate with his jab. The only difference is Keyshawn gonna hit your ass with a combination after that jab.
Yeah.
They're not talking about Keyshawn jab because he got a right hand, a left hook, a right hook, body shots, all of that shit. He got a full arsenal that Devin doesn't.
Tim Bradley said it. Tim Bradley said Key got more tools. That's what he said. He the Hall of Famer, not me. Tim Bradley said he feel like Keyshawn got more tools.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yes, it's obvious. Like, all they're gonna talk about is jab and his footwork. The fuck with niggas. That's the foundation of boxing. When you first start the box, and well, at least people that know what the fuck they talking about, I teach people that I'm training for the first time. The core of your defense is your footwork. Right. And the core of your offense is your jab. All right? You can add shit onto the jab, and you can add shit onto the footwork. The slipping and the catching and all of that shit, comes after the footwork. That's what he had. He has good fundamentals, but he doesn't do shit great. Keyshawn does a whole lot of shit great. You know,
Shout out to Nitro, man.
aside from the spectacular technical skills, that dog, that killer instinct, and aside from not doing anything great on Devin's end, he's a bitch. Now,
y'all gonna be mad at that. You on y'all boy ass. Shout out to Nitro, man. I don't see how people could say it's gonna be a one-sided fight either way. Both guys tough as fight. Both do things that can get the other guys issues. Yeah, it's true. I think the fight is competitive, but see, this is the thing.
They said
been that
both
side
do
that's
things
been
that
very
can give the other guys
difficult.
issues. Name one of the things that's going to give them issues. What's up, bro? They said both two things that that's going to give the other guy issues. What the fuck? What is he going to do that's going to give us issues?
The jab, the footwork. You know, I think you were just saying that. You know, they're gonna say the same thing. Some of these people ain't even get that far because they too busy creating a narrative that's gonna kill the fight before you even get there. Y'all been down bad, man. Y'all said he had a contract. Like, bro, let me play this clip for you, man. It's only a minute. It's short. This is just a minute clip. Let me tell you what we go through over here talking to these Haney super fans. He probably got another call. Hold on. I want to play the clip for him. I got to. Look how bad they accuse. Look at the narratives that they come up with. I gotta play this clip for you. And ARTMAN, I hope you listening too, because I told you I was gonna reach out, and my guys up here and we chopping it up. Listen to this narrative though. How he blamed Keyshawn for his deal that ain't happening. Listen to this shit. This is a Haney fan.
Can you hear me, Justin?
Yeah, I get it. Go ahead.
All right. So check this out. Like I said, the ball is in Keyshawn's court. We're waiting for him to sign his part so Devin can announce his Zuffa deal with the very first fight as Keyshawn as his title defense. But your man Keyshawn, he is second guessing that 25% because he realized that, I could be making way more fighting Devin down the line. Maybe this is too fast for me right now. But he has no choice because his man, like I said, you have a grown man playing chess with your life. Jay Prince put him in this position where he has to sign or he's going to look crazy for calling Devin Haney out and not accepting 25% like the last nigga. Man, I love this shit, bro. And you're gonna see it. You're gonna see this shit. You're gonna see this coming week. You're gonna see it. I can't wait. Just know who you
too much.
This shit is hilarious, man. He said, man, when you talk to Key, tell him, damn, he a powerful man in boxing. He got people holding up $100 million Zuffa deals. And mind you, Dorsett, he went to the zone, not Zuffa. That's supposed to be somebody that got sources that's speaking on his behalf, doing all that talking and pushing them narratives. Because the fight, Keyshawn didn't accept 25%. That's what they was waiting for to announce Devin Haney signing with Zuffa for that to be the first fight of the deal. And then we heard a couple days ago, Devin went where? To the zone. That's somebody that represents Team Haney. That's why I told you his sources ain't shit. He came up here talking some shit he didn't know. He not with Zuffa. He went opposite of the people that he said had the biggest fight in boxing for him, which was the fight with Shakur. It's a lot of smoke screens, smoke and mirrors from that team. I respect them, but I don't respect the narratives that come from that camp. I don't.
Listen, let me tell you something. What a lot of people need to realize, one of the newest, I mean, it ain't even that new anymore now. One of the best duck strategies that they got out now is offering out unreasonable offers, sending out unreasonable offers. So they probably wasn't expecting motherfuckers to bite on or just openly say, okay, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, give me that. Let's fight. Come on, yeah, give me that.
They won't expecting that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they send out unreasonable offers just so they can be able to say, yeah, we wanted to fight. We sent them an offer. They ain't accept it.
We seen this play before.
That's how they do all the time. Like, come on, man. Like, but at the same time, when your audience don't know what the fuck they talking about, you know,
It's
you can
crazy
talk
that
to
these
them.
people
Like they
saying
got
too soon. Why would he put his name on a hit list if it's too soon? Like, where was his train of thought when he was putting a guy that was still at lightweight when he initially did it on his hit list? And this is just my honest opinion. Do I think Devin to fight? Yeah, I think the situation got to make sense, as I said earlier. But I personally, in my opinion, don't
Devin
think
don't make
they
this decision.
anticipated the chips falling the way they did. I don't think they anticipated that Keyshawn Davis going up to 47 as fast as he did. I don't think they thought about that, and it happened fast. And now we gonna see how much I really want to fight. I'm not gonna say you don't want it, but I'm gonna say y'all doing a lot of stuff that people do to kill fights, and that to me is stupid.
They didn't want
really, you know, you should be promoting this shit,
it.
not killing it.
They didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't anticipate becoming Keyshawn becoming the mandatory. They didn't anticipate Keyshawn saying, "Okay, no, we're gonna move up and we'll move up to fight you." They didn't anticipate none of that shit. All this hit list shit is smoke and mirrors for Bill. That nigga ain't got no hit list. That nigga got a duck list. You got a duck.
Gotta ask you, what's your thoughts on the Debo moniker, man? The Debo Dad moniker.
Yeah, man. The Debo. Look, that's what I say. How the fuck you gonna call a man Debo that ain't never bullied nobody in the ring whatsoever? Who the fuck you on bully in the ring where you can get the nickname Debo?
Right.
You ain't assert yourself on nobody. Like, yo, man, get the fuck out my ring. Ain't nobody looking at you like that. You ain't nobody looking at your ass like that. Like, yo, man, it's Dev, man. Yo, chill out, man. Dev's over there. Man, shut your ass up. I slap the shit out of Dev. Like, ain't nobody looking at that nigga like that.
I got something else I gotta get your thoughts on too, because you know we seen the situation. All right, Devin fought Brian Norman Jr. in his last fight. It was a lot of talk about him and Senior, the back and forth that they had. They felt like, and this is just some of the people, Team Haney, felt like he wasn't prepared to go blow for blow, toe to toe with Bill Haney. Do you see yourself in a similar role where like you with all the shit, like with the back and forths and I don't know, just the banter, because he liked to make it fun. But some people might think you like Brian Norman Sr.
The thing about it is, and I approached Brian. I mean, I saw Brian Norman Sr. He was down here in Virginia Beach. When I saw him, he got real respectful. He got real respectful and was like, "Oh man, you know, it's all love, man. No disrespect." So I respect him when it came to that shit, because the same way I am in the same thing I say to you online, I'll say to your ass right in your face.
Right.
But he came down here, he acknowledged where he was at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't come up with no entourage and no shit like that.
Yeah.
He acknowledged that he was in motherfucker's hometown and all that shit. But I'm still gonna pop that shit, man. Like this amongst family.
Right.
We talk shit all day. I got 12 brothers and sisters that all talk shit. You know, like this. There ain't no disrespect. This is just what motherfuckers do. I talk shit to Keyshawn on a regular basis. We in the gym and we Keyshawn about to be up here in a second. We about to talk shit the whole practice.
Yeah, man. I just can't wait to see some announcement come for this fight. I see some of y'all still saying it's too early. but it's an opportunity to prove it. And I just hope both guys get whatever it is they looking for, because we just want to see fights. And I want to see if I've been right. I've been right so far about the young man. I feel like I'm gonna keep being right. He not like everybody else that the dude been in the ring with. I keep telling y'all. And one of the fights, I'm not saying Key and Loma fight the same, but that's a small, undersized lightweight. You talking about a guy that you get what I'm saying? That's gonna be closer to your size.
I said this about the Lomachenko fight, because when it was, I said it's very few people that you can make an argument that Devin beat is better than Keyshawn skill wise. Now, when you say Lomachenko, a lot of people think he lost that fight. Now, secondly, if Keyshawn hit him with the same amount of punches that Lomachenko hit him with, do you think he's still going to be on his fucking feet?
That's gonna be spooky right there.
That's something completely different. If you think, do you think if Keyshawn hit fucking Devin Haney with the same amount of punches that Lomachenko lands, is he still gonna be on his fucking feet?
And that's
secondly, is he even gonna try to approach? Is he even going to stay in the pocket like he attempted to do in there with Lomachenko? He did that because he knew he's the naturally smaller dude.
Small guy.
He's a small dude. He tried to bully him. He tried to he couldn't even debo Lomachenko little ass. Lomachenko, every time they threw had an exchange inside the pocket, I thought Lomachenko won the exchanges. Because Devin ain't even good at combinations. Like
it's that 1-2 down the pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what they saying he gonna win the fight with. The 1-2 down straight down the pipe and the clinching. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna practice some of the clinching. They said all right.
Saying that shit. He's great at clinching. If you think moving, clinching, 1-2 is enough to beat an Olympic silver medalist, you're fucking stupid.
Keep saying it. I feel like you're going to have one of your best nights. That's all. And I feel like that for both guys. You got to be on your A game. Devin Haney is not an easy guy to beat. But you talking about a dude that can match him, I think, with wits. It's like what Shakur said, right? I don't want to like quote him, but that's what he said. He like, he feel like he can match him. Match his brain, his boxing ability. You feel like he can match him, but then he got that switch that makes him a little bit different. If he get an opening, if you do get a chance to hurt you, he gonna get you out of there. It's a really good chance that he gets you out of there.
The thing about it is when they talk about matching them, is like when you talking about overall boxing IQ, we're not even talking about experience. Because in my opinion, Keyshawn has experienced different more styles than Devin. More styles of fighting, because what people don't realize, when you're competing on an international level inside the amateurs, you're not just fighting people who got voted by a small sanctioning body, a group. Oh yeah, I think that they better. I think he's better. No. You're fighting people who competed against a whole country and won.
Right.
A dude that won the state tournament and then won the regional tournament and then won a national tournament and then qualified after being in the nationals to be an Olympian. So that means he beat everybody from his country. And if you had a shitty country, you still had to prove that you deserved to be at the Olympic Games.
Right.
He competed against those guys. You know what I'm saying? And he was the only person at the Olympics that was stopping motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On top of that shit, you have to recognize everybody from, and I've been to about 30, 40 countries, bro, boxing.
Right.
You know, and everybody got a completely different fucking style. Not just DC, Jersey. I'm talking about, we talking about fucking Uzbekistan. We talking about Russia, China.
Right.
When motherfuckers throw punches completely different. Not, okay, you go from the outside to high guard, catch and shoot. I'm talking about throw the punches completely different. And somebody from every damn country every country that I've been to, there was somebody that was successful on an international level. Those are the people that he faced in the Olympics.
And you can't pick these guys. You're fighting the best of the best too. So you ain't picking dudes with 20 losses and stuff like that. And I don't say that as a slight. I say that just it's factual. You're not fighting guys with 25 fucking losses. Shit like that. And I'll say this, shout out to you, Status. Was it too early for Gary Russell or Luma, should I say, when he fought Gary Russell, when he had about 2 fights? You get what I'm saying? And then look, all this Andy Cruz stuff got to die, because I'm going to tell y'all something that my guy put me on to. He made me aware of this. When Keyshawn fought Lemos, it was an opportunity for Andy Cruz to fight him. They didn't take the fight. They didn't accept the fight. Eddie Hearn didn't want the fight. That's not me making it as a fact. So he fought Lemos. All that Andy Cruz shit is dead. I got to be honest with y'all. What he did in the amateurs is what he did. Phenomenal work. But as a professional, X's and O's from round by round, I just don't see him as a better professional. Yeah, he was the point system. He mastered that shit. You talking about a dude with 2 gold medals that turned pro late, similar to Loma. And because of that, he's still shaking out some of them amateur kinks. Keyshawn don't have that problem, bro. He ain't still having to be taught to turn his punches over, taught to be offensive. Like the shit Keyshawn does naturally, Bozy is trying to instill that shit in Andy Cruz. Who you think gonna win that fight based on how this dude fight now? He don't fight the way he did as an amateur. He coming forward, he on the front foot, and he don't have the power to keep these bigger guys off. That's why they ain't take the fight. And his ass going down to 130, where I said it made sense from the go. So anybody thinking about going to 130 ain't fighting no dude. That next fight is going to be at 47 if they go ahead and make this fight. You get me? Just different shit. They know. Andy Cruz handlers know full well. This is why they did the same shit Savannah Marshall did with Clarissa. Try to build his pro career off of amateur wins. Try to build Savannah Marshall career off an amateur win that she should have never even gotten. But then you see he run into Raymond Mortai, he lose. Now he come back, he get a win. Now he talking about going to 130. They was never thinking about putting him in there with no Keyshawn Davis as professionals. Because Eddie Hearn always knew, man. That shit was a risky ass fight for that.
They never wanted that smoke, bro.
Hell no. And now that I know that he officially turned it down, that Andy Cruz shit is dead over here. I don't never want to hear his name no more. Shout out to him. I'll watch him, but not when it come to Keyshawn. Like they didn't take the fight.
Like you just said, Keyshawn wanted that shit early.
Yeah.
Early. Yeah. His first homecoming, he wanted that shit. Like I said, that's the mentality when you fighting in front of your friends and family for the first time and say, look, I want my hardest opponent then. You know what I'm saying? I want my hardest opponent then. That's the mentality that Keyshawn got. And recognize every time he had that, he was on the biggest scale. That's when the biggest platform, that's when he had his best performance. The first time he went for a world title against Branches, stopped nigga in 4 rounds. Sold out arena in his homecoming.
Right.
Stopped nigga in 2 rounds. Then the T.O. Shakur co-main event in front of 20,000 people. Beat the shit out of his hardest opponent.
Right.
And stopped the motherfucker in the 12th round.
Yeah. Gave us a show.
That's what I'm asking y'all. What has passed that lets you know that this motherfucker gonna say, nah, I ain't ready for this stage?
Yeah, I don't. That's why I speak logically, and it's like we don't have nothing to go off. Y'all making shit up. Oh, he was quiet when it came to Andy Cruz. Did you just hear what I said? See, y'all, and that's how I could tell you don't believe it because you're a Haney fan. Y'all believe the shooking and the job, and y'all. It's funny when he was calling the dude his son and I'm his daddy. Then he sees him, don't keep the same energy, and he want to dap him up, and then get an opportunity to fight the man at home where you could have embarrassed him, and you didn't take the fucking fight. Stop speaking Andy Cruz to me. That's over with, and tell me you got Andy Cruz beating Keyshawn as a professional. Tell me that. It's not nothing to argue about. Andy Cruz, a hell of a boxer, but they had an opportunity. They didn't take it. This is not me making it up. Shout out to L-Dub Boxing for that knowledge. That's a dude that's always on point. I did not know that. And now that I do, I ain't never going to shut up. Y'all bring up Andy Cruz, I'm going to tell y'all he turned down the fight already.
Check this out. I was on the chat. Somebody in the chat the other day who was up there, they was like, yeah, man, Jay Prince, he paid for Keyshawn to hop the line. I said, bro, even if that's the case, name somebody that was in line that's better than Keyshawn. So if he paid for him to hop the line at 147, tell me somebody at 147 that you believe, even the other champions, you think he's better than you think Rolly is better than, you think Rolly is better than Keyshawn?
Hell no.
You think Ryan Garcia? You think Ryan Garcia? Like you think? Tell me who is you looking at? Like, wait a minute, he can't be hopping this guy because this guy is more entertaining, more like he got more skills. Like we want to see him more. They should than Keyshawn fighting Devin.
Right. Yeah, I think once they seen like a Ryan Garcia, that's the only thing I think would rival that because it's a rematch and people want to see it based on what happened. Yeah, but outside of that, I don't think it's no fight that would have. And that's why low key they, fighters need great dance partners. You need a good dance partner instead of trying to tear the man down, build him up. So when they do make the fight, we look at it as two credible guys fighting rather than it's an experienced guy versus some inexperienced guy that's fighting all bums and CNA workers. Like y'all do this to yourselves every single time. Y'all did this shit with Ryan, and I'm not bragging about the fight, but y'all did it. Y'all said he was C-level. He didn't get better since the amateurs. Then you get in there and he dragging you all over the canvas. And then like the next day, them live streams was sounding like funerals. You know what I'm saying? Damn funeral service. Y'all was up there like somebody passed away. I'm telling you, man. I think y'all missing it.
That's why I said these comments are going to age so beautifully. Like I can't wait to see if y'all keep that same fucking energy after this ass whooping. Hey, but the kids in here about to get some sparring in, man.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, now, brother. Y'all take it easy.
For sure. Shout out to Coach Dorsett, man. Y'all hit the like button. We gonna keep building. We got some more to get to, man. You heard straight from the coach, man. You know what I mean? Y'all in some trouble.
20 minutes ago, man.
Peace. And y'all, man. Shout out to Coach Dorsett, man. That was a good conversation, man. Everybody hit the like button. Y'all, the link is always in my community section if y'all want to chop it up. It's just a conversation. He spoke his thoughts. I know y'all was saying, I seen a couple of y'all saying he a hater. You got to think, are y'all in the comments calling Bill Haney a hater when he's saying Keyshawn Davis is trash? I don't see nobody getting in there doing that. Ain't nobody calling him a hater when he telling you trash. That's the coach of the fighter, man. At the end of the day, he got a way that he see things, and he ain't supposed to look at Devin Haney the way we do. You know what I'm saying? But he think his guy is the guy to beat him. Same way Bill feel like his fighter is the guy to beat Keyshawn. We just hope that they actually make the fight and we can see it. You know what I'm saying? They trainers at the end of the day, coaches. Bill is a coach as well. I don't think nobody doing no hating and nothing like that. He just talking shit. It's good banter. You heard what he said. You know what I mean? It's respect. But hey, man, my fighter better than yours. That's really what he was getting at. You get me? So told y'all I was gonna get him to come chop it up with me, man. And I appreciate his time, man. It was a good conversation, man. Shout out to everybody. My guy Damon. We make sure, man. Shout out to Rich. Appreciate the love, man. My dog Nitro. Appreciate you. Let me get my guys just do, man. We gonna keep building. We gotta get into some more stuff. We ain't done. My bad. My bad, if I was on mute. Pardon me. Shout out to Nitro. I appreciate the love. Marcus, my dog. Great work. Just do. Appreciate you, fam. We're going to keep building. We still got more to show to get into, man. Shout out to you, Dean. Appreciate you, fam. These people are weirdos. Real life weirdos. Weirdos. Nitro, what's good, homie? Yo. Spooky hours. I don't know if that's you, Nitro. What's good, but click the link. The link's still there. Still there. You could come back on. I don't know if that was you or not. We just waiting on the announcement for sure, man. We just waiting on the announcement, man. I just want to see two of the best fighters in the game go mix it up. Devin is more proven, obviously, than Keyshawn, but Keyshawn on his way up. I don't think nobody that really realistically got a brain and that's watching don't think he the goods, right? So, you know what I mean? Could it be too early? Like a couple of ill, shout out to ill status. You mentioned that it could be too early, but only reason I asked you about the Loma and the Gary Russell thing, because that's a situation where it looked way too early, right? That looked way too early. You get me way too early. And at that point, Loma did fight at Salido and lost to him, and they still threw him in there with Gary Russell, and he beat him. Get me? So the only way to know if a guy's truly ready is if you put him in there, right? When you look at it, Rolly's fighting T.O. Connor Ben is fighting Ryan. Those unifications are off the table. What better option do you got? You fought Brian Norman. You got the belt from him, right? What better option do you got besides a guy that's coming up that got some buzz around his name? He's been able to sell tickets, right? Sold out in his hometown, his first hometown fight. A lot of guys can't do that early in their careers. Just go do the history. That shit's saying something. So you got a legit dance partner. Yeah, it could be a bit of a conversation if it's a little early, but shit, we just never know. You get what I'm saying? I don't feel like guys got to have the same amount of fights to get in there and make it a good fight. For me, I think what people are missing, and I get it, the experience factor, but when I look at the resume, and although it's a credible one, it's a good one, it's solid, Devin Haney's is, those guys can't fucking beat Keyshawn to me. I don't see like, when I look up and down the resume, especially the notable names, the guys in Mexico, respect, but those guys don't even need to get brought up. We talking about all the notable names. That he got a nice amount of them. I don't think them guys beat Keyshawn in the fight. For real, Loma neither. Just like he's too small. So you talking about a guy that's not going to be a fighter, in my opinion, that you're going to be able to push that, oh, you too small shit. I don't think so. He's never fought at welterweight, but again, y'all was saying how he a fat boy and he couldn't make 140. And they're telling you he kind of big for the weight class. He moved up and it was still tough. And that kind of telling you he ready for the weight class. So same shit with y'all. Y'all moved up to 140. It's funny how that logic applied to Devin Haney. He moved up to 140. It was tough. He moved up to 47 eventually, right? Keyshawn just doing it a bit faster. He had 2 fights and he going on up there. Let's see if it's too early, man. But I don't want to hear slander to make them, to make your point. You get what I'm saying? He felt what he felt. Bill talk a lot of shit about Keyshawn, other fighters as well. It's just the fight game. If I'm a coach of a fighter, I'm not about to get up here and overly praise you. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to overly praise you, but I'm going to give you your just due. Big shout out to Kyle Cooley. Appreciate the dub in that super chat. Much love, much appreciated.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Moving up, he was running from his list. You could tell from the early promos that Rose was going to run over T.O. T.O.'s not serious enough. I don't know. I'm concerned. That's a weird fight. Shout out to Empire. What's good with it? He said, "What's that? Have you did a poll on who wins, Devin and Keyshawn?" Oh, I had one. I had one in my Damn, I got one in my phone somewhere. I got to do one myself though. You know what I'm saying? I got to do one. I just like the polls where it be thousands of votes on it. It kind of hit different when it be thousands of people, but I should do one myself. Shout out to Coach Dorsett. Nitro, what's good, homie?
What's good, Jess?
Oh man, you had me nervous. What's good with it, family? How you feeling?
Not much. I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. I was trying to join when OG was on here. I was on a train, so
Yeah,
I couldn't join. My
nah,
service was bad, but
that's all good.
I
You
had
definitely
posted a
could have
super
came
chat,
up.
and then I had posted a super chat, and he had asked me a question. I was going to answer it for him,
Did you?
respectfully, of course. But
No, no. Oh yeah, no.
uh,
My bad. Yeah, that's when you were saying about the fight, right? Being one sided. Yeah, I don't see no one sided fight. I
yeah,
think
I
what
I
you
don't think it's one sided either way.
yeah, I think what you're saying is spot on. And I hope we didn't make it sound like that. But again, if the coach is making it sound like that, because coach is gonna talk their shit, they confident in they
Nah,
guy.
listen. I wouldn't expect him to respond any other way. Like he believed Keyshawn going to win, and actually, like I said, I've been on here before. I said I think Devin wins a tough, close fight, but I could see a
Mhm.
path where Keyshawn wins by a decision or Keyshawn wins by stoppage. So
Right,
I ain't on here saying it like that. You feel me? We just talking boxing.
right,
That's what we like to do.
right. Real talk, man.
So I am excited for the fight, though. All that saying it's too early for Keyshawn, I just completely disagree with that. Keyshawn a dog.
Right.
He different.
He is. He is. Like, if it's too early, shit, we should be able to see that. We should have evidence of that. No time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be able to see it. Like, I just don't think this that Brian Norman too early situation. Like how people felt like it was too early for him. You got to think if you've been really watching Keyshawn, you've seen him in the Olympics. You've seen him be pro first, go back to the Olympics, then come back. Like you watched all the fights be televised. You watched him start off fighting guys at a higher level. You watched him fight dudes with no losing record. You watching this shit. You watch them fight Olympians. You watch them stop guys that never been stopped, different styles, right? You watching this shit, and
yeah,
I just think they ignoring it. Like, go look at when Devin Haney had his first 12-round fight, and then go look at Keyshawn's and tell me it was too early. Y'all not paying attention to like how he was moved as a pro because y'all don't respect it. Y'all knocking the top rank movement, but look where he at right now. Tell me how bad of a job Top Rank did that this man is 15 fights in and in position to fight one of the most accomplished guys in the sport. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Tell me again how Jay Prince sacrificing him. Sound like a manager doing his fucking job. A great one at that.
Yeah.
Crazy work behind the hands TV.
like
My dog, what's good with it, fam? He said, watch them grown men. Nope, not want to spar. Facts, man. Facts.
I don't like none of those narratives. He being
Me
moved too
either.
early or he getting sacrificed. I don't like none of them narratives. At the end of the day, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. Keyshawn is one of the most skillful fighters in boxing right now. And he's athletic and he's strong. He's high IQ. Like, if he lose, that don't mean it was too early. That mean that that wasn't his night. But
Right.
to sit here and act like one fighter is so above the other, I just don't see that at all. That's just not how I see it.
You
when
know
I watch
what?
both of these guys fight.
You know what, Nitro? They know it's not like that too. And you know how I know they know? Because they haven't broken it down from an X's and O standpoint. What is all of this stuff that Devin do so much better? I'm not saying he don't do stuff better. Not even arguing that. You know what I mean? But the fact that y'all haven't created any dialogue that would demonstrate it, where y'all articulating exactly what it is that he's doing so much better, tells me that y'all don't really believe that. That's why y'all focusing on the narrative-driven shit. Oh, he don't want to fight. He's trying to get out the fight. He's turning down 25%. Lionmanapparel.com. Care about you posting that fucking link. I'm gonna still get to your ass too, because we're gonna keep posting your videos and laughing at you. Come up here and tell us that what was holding up the Zuffa announcement is Keyshawn Davis not accepting 25%. Then you got on today and try to wiggle your way out with another narrative. Oh, the zone countered it. Get the fuck out of here. In the other clip, you said he's backed by Turkey. He's backed by Turkey. How the fuck is he backed by Turkey, but over there on the other side? Make it make sense. Anybody that's backed by Turkey ain't on the other side, fam. You get what I'm saying? Oh, it's going to be a ring card. Oh, it's holding up the Zuffa announcement. They ain't even on Zuffa, man. Y'all down bad. Y'all sources fucking suck. Team Haney, y'all the worst fan base in boxing. Y'all cancer to this shit. Y'all represent y'all man bad. He told y'all clowns to stop reading between the lines, and y'all still didn't listen. Yeah, he told y'all, because I know he was hearing it. Everybody saying Zuffa this, Zuffa that. You dumbass dudes is getting online talking about, yeah, Zuffa and Turkey, they value, Devin Haney more than Shakur. Then he goes to the zone. The same guy that y'all complained about are on the side where the dude told y'all was overpaid. He overpaid y'all. Man, y'all figure it out, man. Make a fight. Now y'all canceling purse bids, but at the same time, mutually postpone the purse bid to negotiate a deal. But Team Haney is still online talking about it's Keyshawn holding up a fight. You damn dummies. Y'all dumb. Just like Coach said, man, some of y'all really are that slow. He didn't know, but now he know. Some of y'all really are. Y'all like gullible. Y'all believe anything. How the fuck you stopping a fight when y'all negotiating it? So look how y'all think, right? They mutually agree to do something so they could probably work something out. That's holding the fight up. That's actually getting shit done. This is the Haney logic. That's what's holding the fight up. You know what's getting the fight done? Keyshawn going back and forth with Bill Haney. To them, that's how you make the fight. Go back and forth with Bill
that's
Haney.
crazy though,
100
Josh.
interviews with no confirmation and nothing. Didn't I tell you, Haney-HOES? He was going to get his fucking deal announced before any fight. I said this. I told y'all this. I said it time and time. I don't give a damn what y'all thought. Now look, who was right versus who was wrong. I said it was talks about him potentially dropping his belt because the whole 20 days wasn't using none of it to reach out to the other side and negotiate. He even did an interview with Champ side and said that he's not negotiating with fucking Jay Prince. And then when the 20 days was over, oh shit, notice is after the deal was announced. Now they postponed to try to work out a deal, and I believe they got to the 30th. Make it make sense. You don't announce no fucking fight before the deal, man. Dummies. Now I hope this was a teachable moment with you fake ass Haney fans. Y'all super fanned out. That shit not good for his brand. Pushing misinformation all over the space. He's backed by Turkey. You act like you had sources. You not in the know. You came up here with a straight face and lied and said the Zuffa deal is being held up by fucking Keyshawn Davis. Man, I can't wait. Y'all, man, please make this fight. The boxing guys deliver this fight. Get them the money. I wish he was over there on the Turkey side. Then we probably wouldn't even be dealing with this little negotiation period that's going on anyway. Get the hell out of here. Backed by Turkey, but signed the zone. Shit don't make no sense. Who else backed by Turkey but signing somewhere else? Get y'all asses out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Y'all down bad. Y'all pushing too many narratives. Just say, man, Keyshawn a good little fighter, but he can't beat our guy. Just do that. I don't care. But damn, y'all gonna trash him and lie on the man name? And again, shout out to Coach, man. All that fucking fabricating shit, man. Dude doing what he's supposed to do, man. Y'all just suit up and get ready. I guarantee you that's gonna be looked at as one of the toughest fights he had. If not, then y'all could clown me about me being wrong. But I doubt that's not gonna be an easy fight for that man, bro.
But just what doesn't make sense to me is some of these people be the same people saying they hate how fighters get online and go back and forth and don't make the fight. So then when one person say, you know what, I ain't gonna say nothing. We just gonna negotiate behind closed doors. How it's how it's quote unquote supposed to be done, and you still got a problem with that. So which one? Like, what do you want the guy to do? You want him to be online or not? Like, I don't understand that.
Coach said it. He said it. Like, y'all want him 1 minute, you want him to be quiet. Then because he talked too much, then when he quiet, it's he ducking and turning down the fight. Then when he come out and respond, they push more narratives out of that. He exposed Shakur. Ain't nothing he said exposed Shakur, you dummies. That's how I know y'all don't want no fight with neither one of them. And I'm really starting to think it don't got shit to do with Devin. It's some dumbass fans that represent him. Dudes that got channel. Y'all say anything. Should have fought the guy at 35. You wanted that smoke that bad. You should have made the weight again and fought him. Instead of vacating your title, moving to 140 and then fighting Regis. Then y'all try to run the same play all over again once y'all got to 147, man. That's where y'all bumped y'all head at. Y'all need a fucking new script, a new playbook. Y'all reading out, y'all spamming the same plays from 35. That shit weak and it's see-through. Yeah, let's trash Keyshawn and run him into the ground. Even though we was to beat him, even if we was to dominate him, stop him, knock him out, that'd be one of the best fighters we fought. Top 2, top 3 wins out of my 33 fight career. That's saying something about the guy that you just beat. Weirdos, man. Y'all weird, man. Haney could fight. He could box his ass off. I'm always giving the credit, bro. Bill, I said they was going to figure it out. They figured something out. They get into a bag. But just get to this fight. Get to this fight. I hope y'all all get paid, man. Get y'all money and go in there and see who the best fighter is, man. Because it ain't no better option right now than Keyshawn at 47. We y'all going to fight Jack Catterall. You ain't roll that shit over. I doubt the PBC spin the block there. Oh, it maybe, but I doubt it. Rolly said he ain't never trying to fight you again. Know what I'm saying? Then you got Conor Ben stole your rematch while you been doing all this bullshitting. Better hope you secure a fight, because regardless of what, let me speak on this real quick. Let's say Keyshawn don't take the money in, turn the fight down. That still leave you without a dance partner. How is that good for you? So y'all should be encouraging or hoping that this guy accepts, so you could see your man back in the ring. He don't get back in the ring with him. There's no telling. Well, he's been out the ring 10 months already. How long is it gonna be till this guy got back in the ring? And the longer you stay out the ring, the more dangerous it get. He already was in the process of trying to bounce back from getting cheated a couple fights ago from Ryan. Now you back on another layoff. You're going to go in there and fight a dangerous guy. Shit could be risky, fam, is all I'm saying. Not going to be easy. Nah, I ain't going to be kicked out the camp. He been knowing that dude. You heard what he just said? He been on Keyshawn since he was how old? Did he say 12? Why would he be kicked out the camp? More narratives for y'all to push already. Oh, he's gonna be kicked out the camp. Shit, he questioned your man questioned his whole team after that Ryan fight. Remember? You think we forgot? Remember he said he never been overmatched like that in his life, and that was with a guy that he said was C-level. Keyshawn better than Ryan Garcia on any day of the week. So just think about that. He said Keyshawn been hot.
Just, you can hear me, Just?
Really fans. What'd you say?
Just, you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I was just going to say, it never even made sense to me personally to downplay the opponent. Like, if anything, you should want to uplift them because you get more credit when you beat them. Like, saying that, like, Brian Norm is a bum or Ryan is C-level. I don't get that. The same thing with Keyshawn. It's like, you would want the opponent to be better so that when you beat them, you can get more credit for it. In my opinion.
Yeah, right. Hey, ARTMAN, Fartman, Lionman, apparel.com, man. Your ass is fried, fam. Team Haney need to fire your ass. Talking about you ain't part of shit. I felt like that tweet Haney put out talking about reading between the lines. That was for people like you and a couple of the other propaganda channels. And what do? Y'all get up there and keep pushing more propaganda. How the fuck is Keyshawn Davis hiding when both teams mutually agreed to postpone the purse bid so they could work out a deal? How is that hiding? You see how silly y'all are? What he's supposed to be doing? Let me guess. He got to get on here and argue with Bill to convince you. He just did a 20-something minute live stream, fam. Talking substance. Real shit. He talking to the people that's getting it done. Not Bill. You know what the money is, the numbers and all that. Bill playing with child asses. You don't make fights on Twitter, social media, and live streams, fam. Tripping, man. ARTMAN, you getting cooked right now. I'm gonna keep on saying your name. Fartman, Lionman, apparel.com. Every time his little weird ass get cooked, you start posting your link. We don't give a fuck about no merch, fam. We don't care. Like, shout out to you. I respect anybody that got a grind. Shout out to you. That's dope what you doing. But that shit is irrelevant to the conversation. Every time you get fucking cooked, you post your apparel link. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not buying none. Bro, I got my own merch, fam. You give it a man, I got my own merch. I'm not buying your shit. Still don't change the fact that you don't know shit about Haney. Still don't change the fact that you came up here and told the world that the zone, no, my bad. Excuse me, y'all. The Zuffa deal was being held up by Keyshawn Davis, who didn't take the 25%, second guessing himself. Then y'all went and did a video and put that he turned down $3 million. All y'all do is fucking lie. How y'all know how much money he want when they still working it out? Explain this to me. Explain it. But you can't tell me what Haney want, though. Man, y'all killing fights for your own guy. Y'all do know without a Keyshawn Davis, he run the risk. Who's going to fight Jack Catterall, who said everybody ducking? Right? Think about it. That's what y'all want to see? What's a better fight? Devin and Keyshawn or Devin and Jack Catterall? No slight to Jack Catterall, but he at the end of his rope. He toward the end of his career, the latter stages of his career, respectfully. It's not the same dude. Y'all got criticized for fighting old dudes all the time. Y'all gonna still go that same route. So what you gonna do? That's all I'm saying. Lionmanapparel.com. Lionman, ain't art my ass. Your ass a lionmanapparel.com, fam. All he do is lie. Talking about he's backed by Turkey. He's backed by Turkey. Hold on, y'all. We're going to laugh at his ass because he's still tagging me and shit talking about I'm mad. Nah, we ain't mad. Shout out to the plug, L-Dub Boxing, my dog. Fart man, he said, just say you wrong. You might sleep better. Jordan C was good. All you do is lie. Yeah, I know that dude to lose his mind if he know what I really think, but we don't care about him. But hold on. Yeah, man, he's backed by Zuffa. You know, he know what you think. You think DHP is out here by itself? He's backed by Turkey. He's backed by Turkey.
Alley by his own promoter. Because hey, you got 25% to take, my guy. If you don't take it, there's no fight.
4K, fam.
And best believe the reports, when it's reported, it's not going to be reported as Devin Haney turned down the fight. It's going to be reported as your man Keyshawn Davis turned down the fight. The ball is in his court. It is in his court. And I heard your question. You asked, where would the fight be and so and so. Do you think DHP is just running around by themselves? Do you understand that Devin is backed by Turkey? You understand that?
They got you.
Do you understand that? Devin is backed by Turkey. The fight between Keyshawn and motherfucking Devin, it's gonna be a ring fight. It's a ring fight. I don't know why y'all acting like it's rocket science or anything. Devin versus Keyshawn is a ring fight. We're waiting for Keyshawn to sign his part of the deal. Take the 25% or there's no fight.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on, my dog. I'm not done. I'm not done, fam. I'm not done. That is not it. He got another one. We got another one for him, fam. Nah, you ain't get to the Keyshawn holding up the Zuffa deal. He's never getting out of this. You think saying that the zone countered it changes what you came on this platform with your chests out? Yeah, man, I got sources, man. I got sources closer. You wouldn't believe how close. That's what you came up here and lied to us about. Here go your source, fam.
Okay.
Here go your source.
Can you hear me, Just Do?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So check this out. Like I said, the ball is in Keyshawn's court. We're waiting for him to sign his part so Devin can announce his Zuffa deal with the very first fight as Keyshawn as his title defense. But your man Keyshawn, he is second guessing that 25% because he realized that, yo, I could be making way more fighting Devin down the line. Maybe this is too fast for me right now. But he has no choice because his man, like I said, you have a grown man playing chess with your life. Jay Prince put him in this position where he has to sign or he's going to look crazy for calling Devin Haney out and not accepting 25% like the last nigga.
Fam. AR, is that you, fam? Is that you? He laughing like he was on. Yeah, I love this shit, man. I love it. Nah, I love it too. I'm on your ass for the rest of the week, fam. I will never. If you know, you know. I'm assuming that's your name. I see you typing bruh name in the chat. Look, salute to him. That's all I'll say. But I don't debate people about ignorance. I don't debate ignorance. You get me? If somebody want to talk boxing with me, they can. But I'm not going to debate ignorance. I'm not going to go argue somebody that's willing to put out any narrative. That's where this Keyshawn cycling off shit came from. I don't got no. Let him do what he do over there for Team DHP, and I'm gonna do what I do with Just Do Boxing. Like I have no desire to talk boxing with that dude. No disrespect. Shout out to him though. Keep doing his thing. But any man that I'm good. We good. Behind the hands, my dog. He said we here, like bro. We. One more time, y'all. We gotta laugh because ARTMAN still tagging me. Talking about he was about to come through here. Ain't no need. We got you in 4K.
Okay.
Man. Talking about the zone, dude.
Can you hear me, Just Do?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So check this out. Like I said, the ball is in Keyshawn's court. We're waiting for him to sign his part so Devin can announce his Zuffa deal with the very first fight as Keyshawn as his title defense. But your man Keyshawn, he is second guessing that 25% because he realized that, yo, I could be making way more fighting Devin down the line. Maybe this is too fast for me right now. But he has no choice because his man, like I said, you have a grown man playing chess with your life. Jay Prince put him in this position where he has to sign or he's going to look crazy for calling Devin Haney out and not accepting 25% like the last nigga. Man, I love this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see it. You're gonna see
And
this shit.
again,
You're gonna see this coming week. You're gonna see. And I can't wait.
you
Just know who you heard it
came up
from
here.
first.
Just know who you heard it from first. Yeah, your lying ass. Cooked. Get out of here. Your sources fucking suck. I don't know how close you could get. Closer, it's nothing closer than the actual fighter. And I know he didn't tell you that Keyshawn was holding up the deal. I know Bill didn't lie to you and tell you that. You just made that shit up. You assume. Y'all be reading between the lines. And Devin Haney told all of y'all to stop reading between the lines, fam. Stop reading between the lines. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all bad for his brand. You get me? Nobody's scared of him, fam. Y'all keep talking about Keyshawn taking the money. How much money he gonna get paid? Because he want to get paid, fam. He want to get paid to fight that man, bro. He want to get paid. Shout out to Nitro. I was saying it doesn't make sense to downplay an opponent. Get more credit if you beat a guy that's great versus beating a guy that's C-level, and that's all facts. He could have told the world, yo, Ryan Garcia, he could have kept it real and say, yo, Ryan Garcia, he's pretty fucking good. Look, we split 3-3 in the amateurs. He had to be good to do that, but nope. Nah, he's C-level. He didn't get better since the amateurs. 12 rounds later, y'all crying online. Y'all crying online. Y'all, it was like a funeral. I swear it was like a funeral the next day after Ryan and Devin fought. Y'all was sick as hell. And I still hope he beat Ryan up, preferably while he got the belt, but I doubt it. Yeah, they over. Hey, Dre, they cooked. They cooked. He said the Temu Stephen A. Smith. Damn, bro. Temu Stephen A. is down by. Fam said the Temu Stephen A. I'm having fun at your expense, ARTMAN, LionMan.com. I'm saying your name. All y'all dudes do is say my names. Say my name, tweet, tag me and shit. Nah. Now when I'm live, y'all gotta mow the lawn, they gotta feed the fish, walk the dog. You get me? Now they gotta paint the guest room and shit. Like now they going to the grocery store with wifey. Like, come on, man. Like, now you busy? Nah, fam. Nah, hell nah. Hell nah. Y'all been lying, bro. Y'all been lying. And I'm gonna say this because I'm a real one. Shout out to Team Haney. Y'all always figure it out. I know y'all was going to get to a bag. I just hope that bag leads you to this fight with Keyshawn. May the best man win. If you don't look better than you looked in your last two fights, in my opinion, you run the risk of losing to Keyshawn Davis. That's my honest assessment. If you're going to beat that young man, you're going to have to do it differently than what you looked in your last 2 to 3 fights. If you're counting Ryan, you can't perform like you did in none of those fights, making those kind of mistakes. Keyshawn is a lot better than Ryan, a lot more disciplined in the ring. He got more tools. Higher pedigree, higher ceiling, just better overall talent. And I think it'll show if they get in the ring. Credit to both of these guys that they do take this fight. Shout out to them because I respect both teams. You know what I mean? Shout out to Team Haney and Team Davis. I hope they could strike a deal, preferably without a purse bid. Hell with it. Y'all can get paid without it, get paid, get a date, and let's see a good fight. You get me? Let's see a good fight. That's all I want to see. I'm telling y'all, I think y'all mistaken. I don't think y'all seeing what y'all need to see with Keyshawn. I think you kind of missing it with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark. You say we're still waiting to see the Haney deal be signed too. Oh yeah, my God, shout out to Dean. Dean said that to me too. Like, he said, like, they announced it, but they didn't, like, you ain't really hear nobody confirm it. So Eddie Hearn been doing all this talking. You would think he been shitting on Zuffa doing all this talking. You would think he has something to say about the big Zuffa deal that's worth 150 million or 500 million, depending on which Haney-Hoe you listening to. You get what I'm saying? All they do is lie, Marcus. Let me run a clip for my dog. Appreciate the train ticket. He said 2 double-barrel shotguns. You know it.
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Sit down. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Shout out to my dog. Boom. Take the train. Shout out to Marcus. I appreciate all the love, man. Shout out to everybody continuing to support the grind. We ain't even halfway done with this show yet. This is the funny part. Jay like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them shotties. You know what I'm saying? Shotty still waiting. You could do this the hard way or the hard way, fam. The hard way or the hard way is crazy, man. Jay said we could do this the hard way or the hard way, man. Huh? Go down either street you go down, the alley is dark, man. That shit's spooky. That shit gets spooky down there, fam. Get spooky. Hold on, let me play this clip though.
So let me tell you something wild right now. I think Crawford should fight him right now if he's ever going to fight him. If he wants to, if Crawford has it in his mind to fight Boots, you might as well do it.
The thumbnail, we gotta get into that. We're gonna get into that though. We's gonna get into that. Hold on, yeah.
This is the reason why I believe that Haney has more credibility. Not just his resume, right? Not just his resume. Because Haney, look, the dude stepped up and fought Brian Norman Jr. when he was putting people to sleep, bro. Like, seriously, that's one. You know, he fought a legendary Lomachenko, beat him. You know, y'all know the history of Devin Haney and what he's done. 2-time undisputed. You know, Shakur's been unified to titles. Yes, he has. 4 weight classes. Yes, he beat Teofimo Lopez. But Haney has fought better competition throughout the course of his years. Plus, on top of that, he's did it his way. He's built himself to what he is today. Him and his father. He did it himself.
Yeah, man. We keep talking about this experience, man. Hopefully, I had to play that Tim. Shout out to you, Tim. But 2-time undisputed is diabolical. He never competed for 2-time undisputed. I don't know where that one came across. I don't know where you got that from, man. I don't know. Not going. Said one time, yeah, man. That 2-time undisputed. He said where the band ARTMAN at? Yeah, lionman.com. I don't know. I put that post on social media on Twitter so many times. I know he gonna see that shit in his dreams. You getting up here on this platform with people listening. I gave you the floor and you just lied. Gave the man the floor, he just start lying. Double barrel shit. Jay like, yeah, do this the easy way, the hard way or the harder way, man. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere you go, you cook, man. But we gonna keep cooking, man. We got something else to get into. Shout out to Dorsett. Appreciate the build, man. Good conversation with him. I definitely be reaching out to him again. We'll see if they take that fight. Fartman, Artman, linemanapparel.com. You cook for the anytime you tag me in something, I'm gonna fry your ass up. Fricassee you and make time for your shit. Cause you just down bad. You spread a lot of misinformation in this space, fam. A lot. Yeah, he gonna see that clip in his dreams, fam. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? Radio was good. You say you missed it? What you missed? The clip? One more time. It's only a minute, and we're gonna get into the title, man. We're gonna get into this Boots. I mean, not this Boots, this Crawford interview with Tony Yayo and them that got everybody saying either Boots is a hater or Crawford's the hater. Right now, they saying Crawford the hater from the recent interview, but we're gonna cover that interview. We're gonna get to that. But let me play the clip one time for my dog Radio if you ain't see it when he came up here and lied. Now he talked. The Zone countered it. Oh, the interview. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's shit. He was here for almost, you know what I mean, good hour and some change, bro. I'll put it in the title when I jump off, when I end the live. I'll fix it up so people know he was there. You get me 702. They wasn't just Wick. They got him. But let's get to the topic, one of the topics of the show, man. That was a topic of the show too. We just went in reverse. Let's get to this, man. I'm gonna play the audio, but I ain't gonna show it just in case any copyright issues. We just gonna play it. Let's pull this joint up. Let's see what everybody got it. You know, got people tripping on Crawford. They like, Crawford a hater, man. He hating on Boots. Let's see what he said, man. That got people tripping. I mean, they like, man, he just need to shut up or come out of retirement and fight him. I'm like, damn, bro. I understand what some of what Crawford is saying, and I understand Boots' position too, because they speaking like fighters. Both guys are speaking on each other with the ideal that they could potentially fight each other. So they're not gonna give us the kind of sound bites that we expect them to say. You're not going to hear Boots praising Crawford for him being the generational best like how I do, right? You're not going to hear Crawford talking about how phenomenal an athlete Boots is like I do, right? You're not gonna hear that because it's a chance they could fight him, right? And you just never know. But he did give his opinion, and people was pissed. They like, man, Bud is a hater, yo. See, that's why I told you he a hater. I'm like, nah, Bud ain't no hater. He too accomplished for me. Blue, what's good with it? You already know, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with your boy. We gonna keep building. When Boots says easy work, hey, Smooth Super, you know that's where I was going with it. And when he say that man is easy work, that's what Crawford said. He said, I feel like Boots a hater saying I'm easy work is disrespectful. That's one of the things that he said. So, right? But when he said Crawford is easy work, see, Crawford is speaking like a fighter. All these accomplishments, I'm better than anybody you ever been in a ring with. How would you say I'm easy work? Right? He keeping me thinking about a fight with Karen. If Karen fights, he wasn't easy, but I'm easy work, right? So he's speaking like a fighter, a competitor. Same shit with Boots, man. He's speaking like, bro, I don't care what y'all think about Crawford. He easy work. You know what I'm saying? And he just like Crawford said, Boots can't tie my shoes. They both talking like fighters, man. They're not civilians. They're not fans of each other like that. They're not sitting around just, you know what I mean, in awe every time one or the other fight. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it, though. Mills Rob was good with it. Yeah. Mills Rob, man. Artman said Keyshawn Davis was holding up the zone deal, fam. That's what he said. He down bad. Super bad.
A whole hater.
He didn't get stabbed.
Right? Shut the f up with that
shit. Okay. Yeah, he been lying.
Yeah, it's the Talk of New York, Tony Ayo.
And it's the boy Uncle Murder, a.k.a. Led Jet Lenny.
Today we have the future Hall of Famer, the man with the hands, 42-0.
The legend.
The legend. Make some noise for Terence.
Crawford, the champ.
We call him Bud. Make some noise for him.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yo, I ain't think you was gonna show up. I ain't gonna front this our biggest interview of the year, man.
Champ.
Appreciate you, champ.
Don't leave me hanging, champ.
Leave him hanging. Man.
Leave me hanging. Shut up, nigga.
So how does retirement feel? 42-0. You know, I see you're sportscasting now too.
Man, it's great. I'm living life. I'm traveling the world, and I'm just getting the opportunity to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Definitely, I see you with the kids a lot.
Yeah, always.
Name some of the places y'all went.
We went to Tanzania. We went to Cairo, Egypt. I'm about to take my daughters to Paris or wherever they want to go since the boys, they did Africa. So I just been enjoying them.
Definitely, man. We see it. Your son wrestled, right?
Yeah. Just want to stay as a freshman. So he still, got 3 more years to try to be a 4-timer. So
why wrestling and not boxing? What made him go that path instead of boxing?
Well, I used to wrestle. My dad, he was a big wrestler and boxer. My grandpa, my uncles, they were state champions and things like that.
Okay, got you.
So wrestling and boxing is in the blood.
Okay.
So me personally, I just didn't want him to box because of the head trauma and the magnitude of brain damage and things like that. So I told him you can do anything but football and boxing.
Got you. Okay.
Man, that's real right
Look
there.
Look at that.
That is crazy. North Omaha, you like the humblest guy in boxing. I remember one day, I remember we was in
He
Shreveport.
ain't humble in the ring, nigga.
Nah, but he's humble though. I remember we was in Shreveport and I was like, he doesn't spend any money. He's like 50. 50 doesn't spend any money.
Facts. Okay.
So I'm like, yo, buy your lady a bag. He was like, yo, don't be putting stuff in our head, man.
I remember that.
I remember the knuckles was out to here. I got kind of scared. I was like, so what makes you so like finance savvy? Because I seen you on Joe Rogan and everybody talking about like the Mayweather thing, how a lot of boxers spend money, and but you don't spend any money. Nothing.
Because the stuff that 9 times out of 10, a lot of people spending money on don't mean nothing when you get it. I didn't bought cars, not crazy amount of cars, but just say if I spend $20,000 on a car,
let's watch it.
Still drive the same. So why would I go spend $200,000, $300,000 to drive a car around that's gonna get me to the same place that this $20,000.
So you never wanted a Lambo?
People say because you just made $100 million, nigga. Why not?
That's a waste. I'd rather spend that money on an asset, not a liability. Something that's gonna bring me money in, not just take money away.
Got you.
You
I see
can't
you doing
box
some things
forever.
with Warren Buffett and all that too, man. I see you doing some things with Warren Buffett and all that.
Well, we had a couple of meetings and we chopped it up and stuff like that.
Okay.
And Warren cool.
Facts.
I think a lot of people admire him for that because it's like, yo, you know me, I'm like, yo, if I had that money, I could imagine the shit.
He's
I would
buying
buy.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's not normal. Like he's so humble. It's like you know what I mean. You come from a small town. You know what I mean. You just humble, but you could make $100 million like it's no problem, and you don't spend nothing. No Ferrari. I'm surprised you got a Louis shirt on right now. What kind of watch you got over there, Murder? Because I know he's buying watches. I know
I don't buy nothing.
He laid back with it. He chilling, man. My boy chilling right now, man. He
You don't
chilling.
buy nothing. Why?
I don't need to. It's crazy when you got money to
There was
buy
Ninja in Nebraska.
anything you want. When you at the pinnacle of your sport, a lot of things get given to you. You know, people pay you to travel, out of town and things like that. People, gift you things, and then you just look up and you be like, man, it's crazy. Because when I was broke, I couldn't get none of this shit. But now I got money to buy it on my own. It's gifted.
And they give it to you. That's stupid, right? Ass backwards.
I'm gonna be buying
And
that.
you teaching your kids to be humble too, because I know like, Dad, you got all this money, you're not spending that.
They know.
Because if I
They don't grow on trees.
your
man.
son's supposed to be asking you for a Lambo, like
This nigga,
get like 2 or 3 Lambos.
Not 2 or 3.
Get out there and get 2 or 3 jobs, my boy.
Wifey get 10 Birkins. You can do that.
I ain't married, so I ain't gotta get no Birkins.
All right, well, Birkins for whoever you mess with. 10 Birkins.
That's you.
No, I don't have it. I can't afford it.
That's you.
I wish I could.
I'll leave that. I'll leave that.
I'm making
all
the
up to you.
investments. I ain't think about that. I got investments to make, man.
I mean, he's with Warren Buffett and all these guys. And like I said, I seen you on Joe Rogan and I watched that whole episode because the whole Floyd thing. Not saying he is broke, but you spend a lot of money. You see him buy 20 cars, 20 watches. So, I mean, I think that's the seller for him. But the seller for you is you don't buy shit.
Because I spend money on the things that I enjoy spending money on, like taking trips. Seeing my family happy. Doing for the people that's in need. Like, I gifted over 700,000 to Africa to build this learning center.
Look at that. Look at that.
Just things like that. Like that makes me happy.
Bro, over 700,000 for a learning center in Africa, and people be hating this man. I don't see how, fam. Over his opinion on Boots. I don't give a damn what Crawford opinion is on Boots. I think Boots is a phenom. I think he one of the best talents in boxing right now. I think he in position to really tear some shit up, right? No matter what Boots' opinion of Crawford is, I think that is hands down one of the best fighters that ever lace him up. You see how that worked? Their opinions don't change how I look at one another, but I could understand as a fighter why he's speaking like that. Why would Boots say Crawford is easy? We all know that ain't the case. Crawford said Boots can't tie his shoes, but he damn sure will be able to compete with him, and we all know that. But they all speaking like from a prideful place, like fighters. Like, bro, Boots don't think Crawford can beat him, and Crawford damn sure don't think Boots can beat him, and they not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But it don't make neither one of these guys haters of each other. It's crazy. Was Bud a hater when he said, this is the Boots era, and if he surpassed him, he's supporting that? You get what I'm saying? It's like people still didn't accept that. It's like you want him to be a hater. He's too successful to hate on a guy that people are still saying ain't fought nobody. Just now fighting somebody, right? Like, let's be honest. They ain't gave Boots his just due until recently, right? They still say he ain't fought this or that. So that's where Bud is coming from. How is me beating him up going to do something for my legacy when that's the guy that y'all said ain't did shit in boxing? You got to make it make sense. That's why he like it's a lose-lose, because if I fight him, y'all going to say it's too early. It's the same shit they doing with Devin and Keyshawn right now. And they saying it's too early. It's the same shit. But in reality, you make the fight, it's going to be a good fight. And that's where the people are at with Bud. Like, yo, that's a good fight. Now, I don't think he doubts that it would be one, but I feel like he feels he could win, and same thing for Boots.
Doing something that's going to leave an impact and a everlasting memory, and not only my life but my kids' life. That's where I get the most joy from.
Right, because it's like you're a young guy with an old soul. Like, because what you do in North Omaha? You be fishing? I know you wrestling.
Man, I fish all
fishing. What you do? Give me a day in the life, man.
Man, I be chilling. The kids.
Facts.
Either I'm taking them somewhere, picking them up somewhere, at the house, playing the game with them, cooking, riding the four-wheelers, going in the gym, playing basketball, going to my mom's house, going to chill, going to the boxing gym and seeing what they got going on there. That's a day in the life. Same thing.
You know what I wanted to ask you, Champ? Did you know you was going to retire, like, before the Canelo fight? What you were saying, however this turned out, this is over? For
sure.
Oh, that's how you felt?
I already knew it, especially going through. I wanted to retire at 33.
Okay.
But circumstances didn't line up with, my decision at that age. I went to retire after the Spence fight, and then it was like,
You feel like I still needed to get more respect on my name. Like, I still,
So I just didn't feel like, I'd done enough yet to retire.
Got you.
So when I moved up another weight division, it was like, all right, now you're a 4-weight world champion. I was still want that Canelo fight. Got the Canelo fight, and then it was like, okay. After this, I think, it'd be enough. Me becoming undisputed would be enough in 3 weight classes.
And you knew you was going to win?
Of course.
No doubt at all. It wasn't a little bit of that, like, damn, this going. Did you feel like this was going to be the hardest fight for you, though?
I actually thought it was going to be the hardest fight, being that the size factor and things like that. And it's Canelo. He cold.
Of course, of course.
I respect Canelo wholeheartedly. So I'm like, man, it's going to be a tough fight, but I'm going to come out on top because I know he can't handle my style.
But Spence, you felt was easy for you? Because I remember you at Shreveport and you told Berto, it was me, you, and him. We was eating dinner or lunch at the 50 event, and you showed your knuckles, and you was like, you know what I do? And your knuckles. You know what I do? And you beat the shit out that man. You know what I mean? I remember all that. And I'm like, yo, that like, you feel like he was easy and Canelo was...
Listen, I just felt like styles make fights. And me and Spence style was a clash course. Right. He was a come straight fighter. I'm a great counter puncher, boxer with power. So I already knew my style was totally wrong for his style of fighting. And when I told Berto, when we fought, because Berto was like, man, I fucks with you, I fucks with him. I don't know, man, it's going to be a good fight. And I'm
There's
like,
a lot of people down you on that one.
I'm like, Berto, watch what I do. Like, you going to see.
I remember you showed your knuckles at the table. I was like, man, he gonna fuck that guy.
I want some good money, man. I bet a lot of people. I remember Jeremiah. I bet one of Jeremiah people's. I said, "What? Crawford got this, man. Want some good money? So thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
I want a lot of money.
We seen it with the energy he had bowling, flying down the court. He won MVP. This guy can bowl, wrestle. He do it all. I said, what did I tell you? I said he's an all around athlete. Yeah. That's the thing about him. He be in the boxing gym. He be wrestling with the kids. He be fishing. He's like the all around dude. So you lightweight 2013, 2014, 135. That's one category. Junior weight 2015 to 2017, 140 pounds. Welterweight 147, 218 to 2022. And then 2023, 147. Welterweight again. These are all the fucking, how do you go up and down with the weight? Like, how do you
I never went up and down. I went up.
Oh.
135, 140, 147,
right. You went up. So how do you do that though? How do you sustain like
just within time? When I was at 135, I was really struggling. I shouldn't have been at 135. So I really was struggling to make weight. So when I went up to 140, it was a real short stay. I had to get everything real quick because I knew that 5 pounds was a short stay. Then I moved up to 47, then, so forth. And as you get older, your body get more dense. The weight, you can't lose it like you used to lose it when you was younger. And you just fill out more, especially when you're working out. So that's how I was able to keep progressing in the weight classes.
You know what I wanted to always ask you too, man? Being that we got you here, really, like, what was your mindset too? Because I was watching it the other day, right, when you was fighting Porter, and I seen them in the corner. It was like, yo, you losing or something, and they told you like, yo, you might be losing this fight right now. And then you came out like a fucking animal. Like, real talk, did you really think you was losing at that time though?
No, if you watch the fight, and I'm like,
I don't even think you was losing at the time.
I wasn't.
Okay, copy.
So when I heard that, I look and I'm like, how? And then, you know, and then Bomac like, hey, pay attention. I'm like, man, they say I'm down. He like, we gotta go. Let's go. You know what I mean? Then I look and I said, he up. Then it was like, they started pointing to him. I'm like, all right, okay. So I took my last little deep breath, like relax, focus, you know, and go out there and handle business.
How do you do that though? Like the crowd, because I always say, you know what I'm saying, this is like major fights, the crowd is there, the lights, the camera, the action. Like, what's your mindset coming in the ring? Like, because I know, I'm like, damn, how the fuck, so much stuff going on. How do you focus on the task at hand?
Man, I always
That's a good question
had
from you,
the
yo.
luxury of when chaos is all around me, only thing I'm focused on is the job at hand. I get that from my mom.
Right.
You know, me and my mom, and, you know, our trials and tribulations coming up to where you can't do nothing to knock me off of my game. So when I walk to that ring, I don't care about what nobody else saying. They can't fight for you. I don't care what they chanting. I don't hear them. I'm focused on eat. You know, kill or be killed. That's exactly what it is. So I'm locked in, and nothing that nobody can do can take me off from the person that's in front of me.
It's crazy. And because I seen something with you and your mom in North Omaha, and she was saying something like, she'll make you fight some people sometimes like that. You got shot before too, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing like she'd make me fight. We had the gloves on,
right?
You know, and she basically like, shit, if you can whoop him, I'll give you $5. You know, that was the thing. Like, I'm not about to lose in front of my mama.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You gonna beat my ass. Then I'm gonna go in the house. She gonna be laughing, give you the little $5. And then she gonna beat my ass. That's something that a lot of people didn't know. She gonna beat my ass. Why is she out there? Then, you know, I didn't got my ass whooped in front of her. Now she whooping my ass for getting my ass whooped in my own yard with my own gloves.
That's how Mama Love was
and making her lose money.
I've seen that.
If you lost a fight, Mama Love was gonna whip your ass.
Oh yeah,
of course. I seen it. She was like, "Yo,
Mama Love."
I seen that when she was talking about that. That was definitely
don't definitely lose in front of your mama at all.
That's what created the kind of competitive nature that I think still exists in this man today, yo. His mom being willing to pay people to beat her son's ass. Like, this dude just created one of the best boxers to ever lace up a pair, man. Gotta give credit where it's due. Shout out to Mama Crawford, man. What they say, Miss Deborah? Shout out to her for this, man. Telling you. She knew she had a dog, dub, right? She knew he was a dog.
So I know you invested in the boxing gym with the kids. Talk about that, because you do a lot of giving back. You, like you said, you have. I know you like over $100 million. I know you got that. But talk about giving back, because I'm saying just gave $700,000 to Africa. You know what I mean? Talk about the giving back.
Stupid,
So we got a nonprofit organization. Me and my coach, Bomac.
Shout out to Bomac.
B&B Boxing, B&B Sports Academy. And it's a nonprofit organization. It got boxing, it got wrestling, it got tutoring, things like that for the kids to come. It's free for the younger kids. The kids 18 and older, I think it's like a $35 every month for them to come and train in boxing. They go on trips and they do, you know, little fights around. Got a girl, national champ, 3-time national champion. You know, like it's beautiful for them to come to a facility that's a safe environment, that's in the neighborhood, like in the hood of North Omaha, that's, keeping them out of trouble.
Definitely, man. That's dope, man.
And the hood love him. He's
of course, so that's why I know that's dope, man.
Because they learning from him. I'm learning finances. Like,
nah, facts.
Because when we meet these rich guys with 50, they'll have like an Apple Watch on, no jewelry. I feel like that. Like he feels he's like the same as them, bro. They like the material thing is like out the window. It's more of what I'm doing for the community, what I'm doing with my kids, traveling. That's more of what he likes.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff don't mean nothing for you at the end of the day. It may make you feel like you this type of person or that person will make you feel good when you wake up in the morning to put on your jewelry and your clothes and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you still the same person.
You hear that, these rappers? Y'all hear that, right? Because y'all always want to say, where's his chain?
I seen the clip.
What does he have?
I seen the clip of yours go viral on Ryan Clark show when you told homie, no mind the money can make you come back. And he was like, you sure? Nah, you would do it. You like, nah, I know. Now I know what type of person you are.
Yeah, he said he sold for what was it, like 10 million?
So it's really no mind the money making you come back at all, right? Right.
We
know.
Nah, yeah, you gotta beat ass. Y'all shout out to business. You gotta beat ass, especially in front of Mom Dukes. And that's a good question, Leonard. When did he learn to switch from right to left? Equal power. Because discovering that is like a cheat code, man. That's always made Bud special. That's always been a calling card, his ability to switch if he need to and figure shit out. I remember when he used to switch early to southpaw and he'd give up a couple rounds and then he'll catch his rhythm and start beating your ass. I just say, he was a different dude, man. Telling me it was fun watching Bud beat
Do you
people
see
up
any fighters though? Because I seen you was low going back and forth with Boots, right?
Yeah, that was
like
entertaining.
Just the competitiveness in you. Like, don't nobody make you want to come like, you talking crazy? Oh, so you think it can't happen? You don't get that urge sometime when you hear people talking a certain way, like shit like that?
Nah. I used to, but now I'm so.
I'm about to say, because knowing a fighter, nigga, this nigga talking too much. Now I'm about to show him. That's just a
That's
fighter.
what they want.
Got
you know what I mean? Because if you look at the history of my career, I always was, moving like that. Like, man, I always had to feel like I had to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
I fought like I had to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody, poked the bear, I felt like I got to bite them.
Got you.
And that was one of my downfalls because I fought like it. When I get hit with a big shot, it's like, all right, now we fighting.
You forget about the whole technique shit.
Yeah, it's like, now we fighting. You ain't got me fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But, in life, like you gotta be able to control your emotions, at all times. And I felt like that was something that ever since I was a kid, I wasn't able to have a hold of because I always would just get mad, like, and be like, I want to do something to you. You know what I mean? For real.
How old was you when you got shot, though?
It's like 21.
What happened?
Shit, just shooting dice and
you shoot dice, motherfucker?
Just with the home.
Yeah, that's how you know he still got some hood in him, man. He don't buy Lamborghinis and expensive shit, but he'll shoot some dice, man. I'm telling you, bro. Shit is crazy. It just make him more relatable. He been shot. I've been shot. Like, he been through some stuff. He a family man, take care of his family. All the moves it seemed like he was making was to put his family in position. I'm always have respect for that. It's hard for me not to look at him and give him the credit he deserved, not only as a fighter, but as a man. You know what I'm saying? He moved the right way. Yeah, that was funny, K. Now you shoot dice. That's why I had to play this. Yayo make shit funny, man. Everybody hit that like button. We still got over 90 people in the building. Smash the like button, subs.
You know
how shit be, nigga. Shit, you know how
shooting
it be.
dice, about to leave, and some niggas pulled up shooting. I got hit in the car, about to pull off.
Where you got hit at? Arm or something?
Nah, I got hit nowhere. You know where I got hit at?
No, I'm just
where you got hit at.
Right in there.
Bionic arm after
I got
that.
hit in the back of the head though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah.
Was you boxing at this time that you got shot?
I was supposed to fight in 2 weeks too.
Wow.
So I shouldn't have been out there no way.
Got you.
You know what I mean? That was God like slapped me upside my head and was like
you knew better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It changed my life though, because, I started seeing what God had in store for me. Like, man, you got another chance. Better make the best out of it. You know, so, yeah. Once I stopped hanging out with certain individuals and putting my time into my craft and having a son and things like that, that just 360, man. I got something to live for now. And I got another opportunity, you know, to do what I'm destined to do. So, you know, I think that was a good wake-up call.
Got you.
Well, we glad you here, man.
Definitely,
man.
Hell yeah, man. Glad he is here, man. He learned from his mistakes. It's just part of his story. Just part of his story, which what makes him who he is. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I can rock with it, man. It's just a part of his journey, man. Been through all that. God had other plans for this dude, bro. Telling you, because one bullet is meant to kill. So anytime you get hit and you make it out of that, you was lucky. You damn sure was fortunate. You was very fortunate. You get what I'm saying? Dennis was good with it, fam. Said Bud Boots. First $500 million pay-per-view fight. Turkey got the money. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Hall of Famer, you know, we appreciate what you do for the culture of boxing.
Real quick, I'll stop it there just so we could commentate on some of the things that got people talking, right? He said, you know, he feel like Boots' whole motion is built off of him, because if it wasn't for him getting to where he got, who would they have to compare him to? And look, it's some truth to that. That doesn't make him a hater. Not all of Boots' motion is attributed to Terence Crawford. I think the fact that he's been able to consistently win his fights, be impressive, not have close fights, being a switch hitter, and just constantly dominate, right? That's very similar to what Crawford did. He was a switch hitter. He dominated his fights. He don't have close fights, right? So, you know what I mean? Naturally, like, think about it. How long he's been saying that they've been comparing him to Boots Ennis, right? So that's all it is. It's competitiveness between the two fighters, fam. That dude know damn well that Boots is the goods, because they've been telling him about him since he was an amateur, right? So it was inevitable for them guys to be compared to each other, right? Like, as he continued to win, Bud continued to win, start looking like nobody could beat him. Remember, it was talks about Boots and EJ fighting, right? But that shit never happened, because obviously Crawford ended up winning that fight. So then naturally they moved to somebody that they think could beat him. And who better to pick to beat Terence Crawford other than a guy that y'all say fight a lot like him, right? Switch hitter like him, you know, Cameron Duncan, the guy, you know, that passed away while he was managing Boots. You know what I mean? He said Boots was a bigger, faster version of Terence Crawford, but he also was on record saying he didn't want that fight for him. So when people say that it was Bud somehow not wanting to fight Boots, I just don't think it's that cut and dry. And it's very simple. Like, you've seen the situation with the BLK Prime thing and how that fell apart. But the fact of the matter is, do you really think that Cameron Duncan and company was going to allow Boots to fight on BLK Prime? If you really want to make a fight with Boots, do you go to Bozy Ennis to try to facilitate the deal? No, he don't make his fights. So again, I just looked at that situation. Is it not being it just wasn't being negotiated where it could actually happen. You know, either side was, you can't go to the trainer of the fighter to make the fight. You get what I'm saying? You got to go to his team. And I've always said that the trainers don't make the fight. So again, I just never seen that happen. And Zab Judah, I think he was on Mill City. He talked about that. He spoke about the fight not happening, right? He spoke about the fight not happening. He said the reason that it didn't happen was because, you know, business, other business came up, other fights came up. He said he was representing Crawford at that time. He said Boots didn't duck, nobody ducked nobody. The fight just didn't happen. And what materialized was a fight that could actually happen on BLK Prime, David Avanesian, and it did. And he went from that right back to, you get what I'm saying, negotiating with Earl Spence. The fact of the matter is that Boots never really had the real opportunity, in all honesty, to be able to make that fight for real. It just wasn't in the cards, right? They said, oh, you could have fought him instead of Avanesian. That's not true. You really think they was trying to put Boots in there with Crawford? And that's not ducking and none of that, but that just wasn't in the plans. You got his manager that when he was still alive saying that's not even the fight that he wanted to make. So what's the likelihood that you think the fight going to get made if the person that's managing one of the fighters saying that's not the fight he want for his guy? Get what I'm saying? So I get it, man. But At the same token, Boots winning fights, dominating fights, being a switch hitter, just looking super dominant is what got him his motion. The fact that Terence Crawford is doing well and people hated him so much, they wanted to find somebody to beat him. They thought Spence was that guy. He wasn't. So they went to the next best guy. I got to be Boots. And then people started picking sides. If you like Boots, then you got to hate Crawford. If you rocking with Crawford, then you got to hate Boots. That's BS. They're two phenomenal talents. Boots is proving his worth. Everything he's worth, everything people say he's not, he keep continuing to show you that he is. And Crawford's legacy is already cemented. So I understand people asking about the fight. But once Terence Crawford would have told me or said to the public that, look, I'm not coming back, there's no sense to keep asking Terence Crawford about Boots when he's retired. There's no sense to asking Boots Ennis about Terence Crawford knowing that he retired. The man said he wasn't coming back. So it's like, what's all the, you get what I'm saying? The hoopla about, bro. The man retired. He went, fought Canelo, jumped up 2 weight classes and did his thing. Just wasn't looking to fight Boots. He wanted the bigger fights. He said he wanted the bigger money fights. But he also said this once upon a time. Y'all keep asking me to fight Boots. So show me the money. Where the money at? And then when he said that, it got crazy. Oh, he want too much money to fight Boots. It's like, bro, y'all can't have it every which way, man. You want him to fight somebody and then you get mad that he telling y'all, well, where the money at? Then if this fight's so big, where the money at? And that's why I think he had I level with Crawford when he said that, right? But in terms of is Boots, you know, his buzz and everything he got going on, is it because of Crawford? Nah, but some of the conversation that is online is in large part due to how successful Crawford has been. And they think that Boots Ennis will be the guy to challenge him and or beat him. That's real, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because it's boxing. But if he wasn't winning these fights, if he wasn't looking dominant, if he wasn't the dominant switch hitter that he was and beating ass at the level that he beating it, I don't think nobody would be asking about this fight. So I understand people asking about him to fight Boots or Boots to fight Crawford. I get it because it's boxing. But at the end of the day, the man said he retired. I'm not going to keep asking him about coming back. If he said he retired, it's just he said he good. He said he was straight. You get me? So, you know, some of the conversations, like I said, that exist online is in large part due to how much people will want to see a fight between a Boots and a Crawford. And I totally understand it from a fight fan perspective, but I seen this coming a mile away. They're gonna keep asking these dudes about each other until they eventually get tired and Boots say what he said. Crawford easy work, and Crawford say Boots can't even tie his shoes, right? I get it, man. I get all of that. So it's just boxing at the end of the day. Big shout out to Big Dog Willie, my guy. Appreciate the love. He said on a certain Taking Maniac channel, said Canelo was overrated, so that makes Bud overrated. That's nasty work, man. That's when I heard was Bud Duck Roley at 147. Taking Maniacs or the HANEY-HOES, by far the worst fans in boxing. Talk to him, Big Dog. Shout out to you, family. I appreciate the love, man. We ain't
never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
So let's get to it, man. He started talking about Boots being a hater. Let's see. And real quick, I get what he's saying, bro. And y'all got to take into account, we're speaking like fight fans. We know this will be a good fight between them, regardless of who you think will win or lose, right? It don't matter. We know this is a good fight. But Crawford, like, bro, I'm that guy. I'm accomplished. I done ran through the weight classes. I done fought 42 times and proved all these dudes wrong. Every time they said it was somebody that I couldn't beat, I get in there and destroy him. And he thinking the same thing with Boots. And he also heard some of the same stuff and criticism that people had for Boots. He ain't fought nobody. Fought all all tune-ups, Mr. Tune-ups, man. It's what they calling them, bubble wrap Boots and all this shit. Think about it. That means they taking credit from him. So I level with Crawford to a degree because he's speaking directly to those people. It's a lot of those. Boots had a lot of naysayers before the Xander Zayas shit. Now he got less of them, but I think he still got a lot, right? You get what I'm saying? So I understand where Crawford is coming from. Like, bro, you can't sit up here and say you could beat me easily. I'm not easy for nobody. He's speaking like a fighter. But so is Boots when he say, man, easy work. He was just talking his shit, bro. I don't think nothing of it. I don't think he was being so disrespectful. I just think he was talking his shit. The same way Bud was talking his shit when he said, oh, he can't tie my shoes. If I would have fought him, I would have ended his career early and all that. You were talking your shit. I don't think that makes you a hater. People got to really define what hater means. I don't think the more successful guy is hating on the guy that's still trying to prove himself and get to where he got to, right? Like, that's insecure talk. You know what I'm saying? Bud always looked comfortable in his own skin, right? Get what I'm saying? He continued to prove these guys wrong all the way into the last fight. They were saying he couldn't beat Canelo, and he did it. Say he couldn't do it at welterweight, he did it, right? Ran through 40, 35, like he beat ass for a lot of years. So I don't know, man. I just, it's what Bud is saying. It's coming from our people because we don't know how to build fights up when we want to see them. We think the only way to talk about a fight is, oh yeah, okay, let me get online and let me tell the world how Terence Crawford is scared of, Boots Ennis because he just won't fight him. Yeah, he fought Canelo. He could have just fought Boots. He fought Ebenezer. He could have fought Boots. He fought Spence. He could have fought Boots. Tell me where's all these opportunities at for him to fight Boots? And then I want to tell y'all something. I want to just highlight something that a lot of y'all might kind of went over your head. This is not about ducking. This is, I don't know what the move was for. Maybe it was to put himself in position, but he was number 1 in the WBO. He accepted the IBF interim belt that took him directly out of the WBO rankings where he could have tried to make a fight with Terence Crawford. That is a fact. Accepting that title takes him right out of the WBO rankings. The WBO, why is that important? Because that's the title that Bud held. With you being number 1, accepting the interim title belt takes you out of the rankings to fight me. And again, how much can I really say that your moves is predicated on making a fight with me when you doing things that's moving you farther away from the fight? That's not Boots ducking, but maybe he felt the need to do it for whatever reason. I don't have the answer to that, but I wouldn't say he was ducking, but don't tell me that that's a guy that's hell bent on fighting Terence Crawford. What I think is because of the ages and how the cookie crumbled at 47, I think it was people that was completely fine with Boots building his own name without the fight with Terence Crawford. Now, at the same token, of course, if the fight presents itself and it makes sense, yeah, you take it. But at the same token, that opportunity really did not exist the way people think it did. Neither of these guys was ducking people. And that's what I would say to anybody that say Terence Crawford did all of this. He avoided him, didn't fight him. What would you say? What would you say if the shoe was on the other foot and Bud Crawford saying that he want to fight Boots, but he accepts an interim title belt that moves him out of the rankings where he rated hot number 1 to fight the guy? You would say he didn't want to fight, or you would at least say, be real enough to say that move takes you further away from making a fight. It doesn't move you closer. So that's just being real. Nobody ducked nobody, fam. You got to think. His fight at 47 was supposed to be Virgil Ortiz. It wasn't even supposed to be Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. They fought each other and moved on. It was no more 47. He was never fighting again there at 47 after he fought Earl. So he was never going to fight Boots at 47. He had one fight at 54 and then fought Canelo. Tell me where all these opportunities was at. Virgil Ortiz was supposed to be Boots' big fight. Yeah, Terence Crawford or Errol Spence, that's wishful thinking, hoping we could see one of those matchups. But at the end of the day, I just always felt that it was a really high chance that it wouldn't happen, and it didn't. Not only that fight didn't happen, the Virgil fight didn't happen. So what fight was really supposed to happen? Was it him and Virgil or him and Crawford? But we wouldn't leave the Crawford shit alone because the real reason people wanted to see it because they thought Boots was the guy that can beat him. Not just because they wanted to see two of the best face off. Nah, they shitted on Crawford and everything that came with his name. And the same people did it with Boots, just like Crawford is calling him out. You had Crawford fans shitting on Boots, then you got Boots fans shitting on Crawford. I'm a fan of the sport, so I like both of these guys because inside the ring, X's and O's, they beat ass, both of them. And that's how I know it would be a good fight. But I'm still real enough to know that because this fight didn't happen, I don't have to peg or paint a Boots or a Crawford as a duck. Sometimes business don't work itself out and you don't see fights, fam, and they just keep it moving. It's that simple. It is that simple. Shout out to radio. Mickey was good, fam. P Hunter was good. Bud knew damn well Boots said Spence or Bud. Boots went IBF route because it made more sense. Spence and him had the Showtime link, and Spence had 3 belts. All that stuff is cool. And I won't even say that it makes all sense, P Hunter, but that's very convenient. So then it can't be both. If it's him and Earl that made more sense, then they got to leave it alone about the Crawford thing because he can't fight both of them. accepting an IBF interim title belt, and we don't even know who was the IBF interim champion before him or currently now. We don't know who that is since Boots. So again, I'm cool with what you're saying because I think it makes sense, but you can't say that it's Crawford ducking Boots when Boots himself made a move that would make it easier for him and Earl to fight rather than him and Bud. That's all I'm saying. It's just not about ducking is what I'm getting at. It's about business. And I think he was doing a move that he felt like made the most sense for his business. Maybe he did say on record, they asked if one of those guys will fight you, who do you think it'd be? And they had said Spence. So maybe that could be the reason for accepting that IBF interim title belt. But again, I'm standing firm on my belief that if that is the belief, right? If that's the thought process, he went over there to get that fight, then you can't tell me that he was 100% all in on trying to fight Crawford. Just don't make sense, right? So again, guys are going to make moves that they feel like make sense for them at the time. And I think that's what Boots did. And it just, Crawford wasn't in the cards. You get me? Think about it, y'all. All this noise about Crawford, remember, the talk was about Boots and Spence because people was already assuming that Spence was going to dominate Crawford and that EJ and Boots would be the fight. But when Crawford won, they went right to the, oh, shit, now they wanted Boots to fight him. Same shit, yo. If Errol Spence would have beat Terence Crawford, people would have did the same thing to Earl. They'd have jumped on the Boots wagon to say that Boots is the guy to beat Earl. It's just boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's just boxing. It's just boxing. I don't think so, P. Hunter. Again, you speaking from a supporter of boxing, not the actual fighter. We talk like that. We should talk like that about Boots. Another fighter is going, you get me? He gonna have different opinions. The same way, it's like nobody had a problem with Crawford when Boots said Crawford is easy work, right? We ain't tripping because that's his opinion. That's how he feel. I can't tell nobody how to speak on another man, right? Like, because we think the world of Boots don't mean Crawford's supposed to think like that. He don't think Crawford, I mean, Boots a better fighter than him. Just like Boots don't think he a better fighter. It's just fighter shit to me. Spider talk. You know what I mean? So I feel what you're saying, but I feel like Bud should have spoke whatever he felt like his truth was. And I think this was his truth. Hey, man, Boots a hater. I don't think Boots a hater, though, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Boots a hater. Boots is competitive the same way Crawford is. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of his assessment was frustration, too, with constantly being compared to a guy that a lot of people still say didn't fight nobody. And Crawford is saying, how, by that logic, how is me fighting a guy that ain't fought nobody going to do anything for my career when y'all not even giving Boots the credit that he deserved, right? So it's crazy, man. I get it. I respect both of their answers because I understood they were speaking like fighters. He's speaking like Crawford, a 5-division champion, a guy that's 42-0, that went from 35 to 68. You get me? That's how he's speaking. Boots speaking like, bro, I got what, 35, 36 wins. I'm making my bones too, man. Making my name. I'm beating ass. I could switch like you. I'm fast like you. I got power in both hands. I got good feet, defense, right? Boots, when Boots say he easy work, Boots is talking like a fighter. I don't look at Boots like, you hating on Crawford, man. You shitting on. Nah, he's just speaking like a fighter, bro. Kawhi, what's good with it, bro? Let's keep building, bro. Let's keep going. For this, we probably ain't gonna play the whole thing because that was the gist of what got everybody talking about the Boots hater comments. And I get it. I don't think Boots no hater, though. I don't think neither one of these guys hating on each other. I think after a while of asking people that compete for a living in the sport about another guy, they're going to start speaking how they speak. Man, I'll kick his ass. Oh, man, he ain't on my level. He can't tie my shoes. If that was me in there landing them same punches Xander landed, I'd have stopped him, right? You get what I'm saying? It's funny how we attacking either Bud or Boots for their comments about one another. But recently, Ryan Garcia went on a podcast and went nuts on Terence Crawford. Where's all the videos about how much that's hating? This shit. Let me find a clip with Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna show y'all what Bud hate sound like. I'm gonna play the clip. Let me find it. But let's keep going. Ain't Boots having Bud stripped IBF belt played a factor in Bud versus Boots fight never happened? No, because I just don't think that was the driving factor. The belt. I think intention is the driving factor. I think intent. And I just don't feel like Bud was thinking about Boots for obvious reasons because he was trying to make that fight with Errol Spence. And you could see once he made the fight with Errol Spence, all that 47 shit was done. So think about it. You was never going to see no Bud and Boots fight before you was going to see Bud and Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why people even thought that. You get what I'm saying? Two of the more established fighters versus one guy that's still coming up. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, if that fight would have happened between Bud and Boots at 47 and Bud would have won, I'm willing to bet money that they would have said it was too early. I'm willing to bet money. They would have said it was too early. If he'd have just waited a little bit longer, this or that. They would have said that. Yeah, black on black hate is promoted. That's why I try my best, bro, to give a straight down the middle build and get these guys they just do accordingly, man, because they deserve to both be built up. They two of the best fighters in the world. I don't care who people think will win between the two. I ain't mad that people ask a question about the fight, but it annoys me how people promoted the ideal of this fight happening. It had to be one guy being scared. It had to be somebody ducking. Had to be somebody not wanting to fight, being scared. It's always the same nonsense. And we do that to our best talents in the world. No matter how much Terence Crawford proved, I think he's proved enough to say he ain't scared of no competition, fam. But it's people that are still push that with nothing to back this claim. You get what I'm saying? So it's nasty work, man. And then on the flip end, we'll discredit everything that Boots has done up until the last couple fights, right? We discredit everything he done. He fought all tune-ups, this and that. This style was tailor-made for him. You just get tired of the slander. At some point, we just got to talk boxing and not the bullshit. Don't even make sense. Bud was hiding behind the EJ clause for a reason he couldn't fight Boots when EJ just said there was no way he could have been ready for a Bud rematch. I don't know how you could hide behind a rematch clause. I mean, the clause is the clause. The reason the rematch didn't happen was because of Errol Spence, not because of Terence Crawford. I want people to realize that. If y'all don't already know that, then you heard it here. The rematch didn't happen because of Bud, not Bud, because of Errol Spence. So when it didn't happen, Bud just moved on. He didn't stick around. The only way he was gonna have any other fight at 47, it would have been a rematch with Errol Spence. The fight didn't happen, and he moved on. He already said it was hard for him to make the weight during the fight, right? During the build up to the fight, he already said it. You know what I'm saying? So moved out the division, and it just didn't leave a lot of room for that fight to be made at all to me. Clauses already in the contract. Yeah. It's like how could you hide behind something that they put in the contract? It just don't make sense. And see, and he won the fight. Why would he be hiding behind it? Why would Bud be hiding behind a rematch clause when he the one that won the fight? Don't even make logical sense. You get what I'm saying? Bud ain't hide behind shit. Certain fights didn't happen because people ain't had their business in order. And I'm gonna just say it straight like that. People business wasn't in order. People didn't have the leverage to try to demand, oh, Bud fight Boots. Come on, man. And I know what they would have said had that fight happened and Bud won. They'd have been saying, oh, you should have waited. It was too early. I'm telling you, I know what they would have said. I know it. They doing it right now with Keyshawn and Devin Haney.
Where your cars? Where the clothes at? You know?
Yeah, they probably would have said that too. Racer. They probably would have said, oh, Bud was too old. Or they would have said, I told y'all he couldn't beat Boots. They'd have came up with something. Neither guy would have got 100% credit for fighting each other because that's how toxic we are. We beg for fights, and then when we get them, we complain about the outcome because it ain't go the way we told our audiences it'd go. I guarantee you, they would have said that Bud was old or this and that. They'd have took credit from either guy winning the fight. I could guarantee you. It wouldn't have just been like, Boots, that guy, he beat one of the best fighters in the world. They would have made a reason or excuse as to why Boots did it. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Crawford winning. They would have made some type of reason as to why Crawford won. And it would have been something about it being too early and Boots being young. You get me? That's the only point I was trying to make. People are toxic. They beg for fights online when those fights get put together and they get the outcome they get. Then they complain about it. They're not cool with the outcome because they thought it was going to go another way. So they feel inclined, instead of just saying I was wrong about how the fight was going to play out, they got to get up here and shit on the guy that lost and underappreciate the dude that won when they beg for the fight. So that's what Crawford is saying, like, bro, fighting this guy wouldn't do shit for my career because y'all run around here saying he ain't did nothing. And I'm going to say this and stand on it. As phenomenal as Boots is, I always think it'll be a dangerous fight either way. But if the first time you truly step up is Terence Bud Crawford, for my money, that's not a smart fight. First time you step up for real, and it's Terence Bud Crawford, see what he did to EJ, and I get it, the how he was, but you get me? It's just different breed. Look what he did to Canelo. Hell with the EJ fight. Look what he did to Canelo. Look what he did to the whole welterweight division. Look what he did to everybody he fought. Look at all 42 of them fights and tell me what close fight he had. He either stopped you or UD'd you. Dude was different, man. Been a really tough fight that early for Boots. It would have been a really tough fight. Really tough fight, in my opinion. Let's keep building.
Boom, but
I was looking, trying to see if I could hear what the hell Bomac was yelling. Bomac was yelling some type of instruction. Then I happened to look over. I see, but I'm like, is that Bud? Bud Crawford. He just blending in. I'm like, bro, that dude just be so chill at these fights. It's like you never seen him, fam. Like he don't be there for the wrong reasons. He be there to support his people, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He's at the weigh-in. And I'm telling you, with a Nike suit, I'm telling you, Nike Tech just cooling in the cut. Chilling. That shit hard.
I gotta put Ali up there.
That's hard. The top 5 boxers ever is hard. It's gonna always be
Sugar
hard.
Ray Robinson.
Mm.
I gotta put Roy Jones in his prime. Definitely gotta put
more competitive than it was close. I don't think it was no denying. Like, to me, it wasn't a draw type of fight. Bud reduced Madrimov to a one-handed fighter. His best weapon was his right hand. Now, he was getting them joints home for sure, but I felt like the fight was more competitive than it was close. And what I mean by that is you could be competitive for 12 rounds straight. If you lose 8 of them, you get what I'm saying? It's not as close as it may seem, but I get what you're saying. Point made, point taken, man. Point taken. You know what I'm saying? But it still ended up being a UD, is my point. Like, he don't have split decisions, majority. It's either a UD or a stoppage with Bud. You know what I'm saying? But credit to Madrimov for making that a tricky fight, especially early. You know what I'm saying? And I attribute that to Bud jumping up first fight at 54. But then you see how much time he took to acclimate to 68 and see how he beat Canelo. He beat Canelo more convincingly than he beat Madrimov because he had more time to prepare, put the weight on, and do it the right way. And then again, styles make fights too. You know what I'm saying? Madrimov helped him whoop Canelo ass. You ain't lying. Let's keep rolling, man. I'm about to pull up the Rolly joint, y'all. About to go somewhere else. Shout out to Bud, man. This is a good interview. If y'all get a chance, finish checking the whole joint out. We're gonna keep it pushing, you know, because we do got some fights that are coming up. You know, this is Lamont Roach and Williams Zepeda fight week. You know, you got Tio and Rolly fighting, you know what I mean? Which is, I think, is a really good fight. Interesting, man. But they you know, they did an interview together. It was a little weird, man. They getting weird. This the weird, one of the weirdest fights in boxing. Tio and Rolly, one of the weirdest fights in boxing. The build up, the press conference, the sit down in this interview, all that. Yeah, this was a great interview. It was still more. I just played about half of it. I ain't want to play it. Oh, it's a little over an hour long. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to play the whole thing, but we got the gist of what it was. Look, Boots is not a hater. Bud is not a hater. They're competitors, and they're not going to think about one another the way a fan would that admires them, if that makes sense to y'all. We admire Boots. We rock with Bud. We support both of those guys through and through, but they're not going to look at one another the way a fan would look at them, right? They just not, because you never know. They could end up in a fight. So it is what it is. It's all good. But let's get to this Mr. Versace joint. This is like 30 minutes. We're going to get to this, y'all. I mean, we're going to cover this. Then we're going to speak about Lamont Roach and Williams Zepeda to close this show, y'all. Everybody hit that like button. Yeah, Dean, Zepeda is going to be a tough fight for him, Dean. Going to be a tough fight for him. It's going to be a tough fight for him for sure because of his temperament. And Roach like to fight. If Roach go in there and use all his skills and, you know, box, I think he can give himself a much better chance to win.
Versace podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Versace himself, Rick Reno.
Yeah, it was weird, Damon. I don't know what they was on. They was on some weird stuff, man. I hope Roach could pull it off because I think he could be a great opponent for Shakur. Shakur already beat Zepeda. I don't want to see a rematch with that. I would rather see Shakur and Lamont fight, you know what I mean, down the line. He need an opponent, so I'm rooting for Lamont, but it's going to be a tough fight for him.
And joining me today are two of the biggest names in the welterweight division, WBA world champion Rolando Rolly Romero, and the takeover himself, former 2-division world champion Teofimo Lopez. These two guys will collide on August the 22nd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, live and exclusive on DAZN and Prime Video. Rolly, want to start with you first. It's no secret the two of you guys, longtime friends. Talk to us about the first time you guys met and how you two clicked, basically, to become friends.
We met on May 23rd of 2015, and he was warming up for a fight. I was warming up for a fight, and I just started mad dogging him because I like to mad dog people. No, and it's crazy, you know. So before I didn't have my glasses.
The fact that Rolly know exactly the day they met, it's like they had a bromance, fam. This shit is strange, man. It's a strange build.
I used to wear glasses, right? Because I didn't do I did PRK or I did LASIK, right? So I'd like be like mad dogging people. So everybody like call me like Clark Kent because I take off my glasses. I'd be like, oh, mad all the time, you know, squinting. So it's like I'm mad dogging him, and yeah, that's where I met him in Colorado.
And what were your first impressions when you met Rolly?
That's where I met him.
Yeah, we had like one of the most stacked roster, right? When it came to like the most the brackets in that tournament. It was the Olympic qualifiers one for to get to the Olympic trials in Colorado Springs. So I remember he was fighting fighting right before me, and we crossed paths. He mad dog he did that, right? He did that mad dogging look. So I just grilled at him back, and then it was like as every day pursued, we just kept doing that. We didn't, every time we interact, we just kept looking at ourselves and just whole fucking face. And as that pursued on, I think then I ended up winning the whole tournament. And then I think months later, I ended up going back to Vegas, and I went to Bones and Adams during that time. It was that gym. It's now called Bones Bob Santos boxing gym. But then in that time, that's when I met him once again. And then from there, we just really did click. We clicked after that. We ate. We would just hang out. We would talk. Rolly's very
I seen
he's
AI
not
fight.
very shy about anything when it came to his past. Yeah, he'll show you things that
He said, "Throw a party.
I've probably seen this man's
for what? The Rolly and Tio fight. I don't know if you were saying that to me, Dean, but nah, we probably be here and call that fight. He'd probably be here. Like, I think the zone got my attention with that package deal with the paying like $50 a month for the pay-per-views and all that stuff. So and with everybody essentially being under that umbrella, I think it make a lot of sense to invest in the zone subscription, preferably the package deal. Don't be the guy paying $80 for a pay-per-view fight if you ain't got to, when you could have just paid $50 for the month to watch whatever pay-per-view they're gonna have on there. You get what I'm saying? Included in the package deal. Rolly and Tio. I lean towards Tio, but Rolly is a live dog in Pride. With Ishmael Salas being a little more patient, and the fact that they know each other a little bit, you see how that worked out with him and Ryan. See how that worked out with them. So it's gonna be interesting. Zepeda, Roach, we gonna be here, fam. We calling them fights. You get me, my guy? Don't worry, Dean. We gonna be here. I'm gonna try to call the next couple of fights that we truly want to see. This one, Zepeda, Roach, Tio, Rolly. We gonna call these fights, y'all. But let's get through this interview, man. Let's see what these weirdos had to say. We gonna be here. Shout out to Dean. Everybody hit that like button. Sub to the channel. Support the grind. We getting to that 4-hour mark, y'all, and we keep
bouncing more than I've seen mine. It's crazy, all the videos this man has,
So he's showing you videos of the chorizo.
Yeah, chorizo and arroz con pollo and all that, bro.
I changed a lot.
He has. That's why I said his past. Yeah.
The last time you were in the seat, Rolly, you appear to be, and I know you thought you might be on the verge of fighting Devin Haney in a unification fight. I know you had said that during that time period, everything was done on your end, and now the ball was in his court. What exactly happened that it didn't happen? What were you told as to why it kind of fell through?
No. There was nothing that happened. He just straight ducked. Like, there's no he said it was a great.
He told you it was a great offer.
Yeah, he said it on video. Did he not? And then he just started saying we just outpressed her. How we outpress ourselves if we're the ones that sent the contract? It don't make sense. He simply just did not want to fight me, and
shout out to Lucid.
That's cool. Now he can go fight his mandatory.
Do you think,
that's what he said? Team knows, man. Rolly said, y'all duck that work, man. That's what the word on the street is. I just don't think they had nothing in place where they could have counter offered, and it made it hard for them to negotiate a fight and get the money they wanted with him and Rolly not being the biggest fight. That's what I think really killed it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Yeah, I hope Roach win. I hope Roach win.
The fight with
Nah,
Shakur
Rolly ain't up. Nah, the PBC exact was you. Obviously, he said it was Devin Haney, and the fact that they couldn't put up the money. You know what I mean? DHP had no money to put up. They was willing to put up half the money for Rolly. Told them to boss up and put up their half for their man, and then they you know bet on the back end money and they walked away. Yeah, but that's irrelevant to the business, Dean. What I'm saying to you is the business. It wasn't about that. When the fight didn't happen, it was because DHP walked away because they couldn't get the money. It wasn't Rolly. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you that directly from the source over there at PBC. So you could take it with a grain of salt. You could say they're supposed to say that. Of course, they say it is Rolly, but nah, they were saying not only did he not want to fight Rolly, he didn't want to fight these other guys either. That's what they said. We're gonna see how everything play out though.
I don't know.
Do you think the dad wanted to fight Rolly? I wouldn't say that he didn't. I just think that the deciding factor was the money, and that's what he couldn't get. He couldn't recoup the kind of money he was looking for that fight, so he moved on. And Rolly would say it's a duck, but I understand where Rolly coming from. Rolly like, yo, he got online and said the money made sense and the offer was good, and then he said something else. I get that, but I also understood Devin Haney said something else when he looked into it, broke it down. Basically, they wasn't willing to bet on themselves in that situation without the upfront guarantee, and I'm not knocking them for that. So, but it was Team Haney, and that's not meaning because they ducked. Their business wasn't right. Rolly, people had his money. He wasn't the one having a money discrepancy. It was Team Haney. So they walked away. When guys can't get the money they looking for, they walk away. He's not getting in the ring for less than he's supposed to get. You get what I'm saying? Nah, he did. He made a few of them, Lucid. He made a few of them with go look it up. Go Google it. Go look it up when Rolly and Ryan fought. Go look up when Rolly and Ryan fought. He made some money. He made some money for that fight. Easy money for Devin. Rose just wanted too much after that Ryan win. Nah, it wasn't that though. It wasn't that. I'm telling you, fam. I'm not guessing, Dean. I'm telling you, my guy, I got a source that's locked in with a PBC exec over there. You know what I'm saying? And he gave him the scoop on what happened. The reason the fight fell apart was on Devin Haney's side. He couldn't get what he was looking for. They put up 50% of the money for Rolly. They told Devin Haney, since y'all the bosses, right? Y'all put up the money, right? And just think about it, Dean. They had $30 million for Tank, but they didn't have no money to put up to counter offer what Rolly and the PBC sent. How would it be Rolly that want too much when Rolly is the one that sent the offer? Rolly and the PBC side sent the offer to Devin, and he said it was a lucrative offer and the deal made sense for him and his team. Then he came back and said something different. So make of it what you will, but the guy that walked away because he couldn't get the money is the blame for the fight. But does that mean he's ducking? No, that's business. That's why business got to make sense. And for Devin, it didn't make sense for him to accept the fight with a no guarantee or a little guarantee, whatever it is he was saying. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You just move on to the next fight. But we see a lot of BS. We seen the Ryan fight fall out, Rolly fight fall out. The Shakur Stevenson clout chase. Now you're seeing the Keyshawn Davis debacle. Whenever it's a threat, they do a lot of extra promoting before that fight get made. But let's keep going. Everybody hit that like.
I really don't care about that.
Yeah. Just don't get caught, Dean. Just don't get caught by Rolly because he can end the fight. But I think Devin outbox him. Let me be clear. Yes. So that's why I said it's about money. That fights with him are going to fall out more so than money, in my opinion, than him being scared of anybody. You're not going to hear me push that narrative like that. He's scared of these dudes. Nah. The bigger the risk he feel like he taking, I feel like he going to want to get paid for it. Simple as that. And that's just like most of the fighters in today's boxing. You get what I'm saying? But Devin, I think, is too sharp. I think he'd be at a box Rolly. Just don't get caught, though. And I'll say that with anybody with Rolly. Don't get caught. He catch you, he can end the fight.
I really don't care what goes on in his life or any of that stuff. Right now, the only thing that matters is me and Teofimo.
I know Tio and
honestly, after this, the only thing that matters is me and Teofimo anyways, because all these guys are lame anyways.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I know, Tio, on your end, you could have obviously went into a much easier fight, a rebuilding fight. You could have stuck around at 140. For you, what ultimately was it where you said, it's time to go to 47, and I want to go straight into a very tough fight?
To be honest, I think it's just a fighter mentality, right? So it's the fighter mentality that I've carried since I started when I put my first pair of boxing gloves. And I fell in love with the sport. So I think just for me, it's just challenging. Why wait and why do these other kinds of tune-ups and setups in fights when if you're already done so much already in your career, just because of one, let's just say one bump on the road doesn't stop you from having to continue on what your journey is and what you're trying to aim for. And that's greatness. So I think the problem with today is that not a lot of people are setting that example, and I'm here for that. So, Rolly is a tough competitor, tough champion, super WBA world champion at that in the welterweight division, and I just felt like it was only right.
I know you've said that you know Rolly very well. You know what triggers him. You know some secrets that people may not know.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that will assist you in the fight, where you know a guy that well?
Well, the thing is, like, you can know someone for so long, but then as they go into their spiritual journey and stuff, things could change in that time, right? I could trigger certain things. I could say certain things. Don't know if that even resonates anymore, right? So, and that's from him just going on his concourse with God, and with his belief and how he sees things. So he took that whole time after fighting and beating Ryan Garcia in Times Square, that Fatal Fury, that it's kind of giving him more time to progress and take that time to reassess on what he wants to do in his further on in his career. So right now, I think it's just better to see this version of Rolly. To be frank, I prefer it rather than the guy that's just, he has it in him. Don't get me wrong, he's still that guy as far as the person that I know of. But I think that it's just better. Just let's do mano y mano and just make the fight happen and let's put on a good show.
You think, Rolly, anything that's known about?
As long as they put on a good show, if it be like some broham stuff, hey Damon, this is the reason why I don't particularly care to see friends fight. You never know. They can make a silent agreement not to really beat each other up. It could get real weird, but people don't think about that. And then think about how crazy you're going to talk about them for fighting each other and not going all out. We seen this shit before. We seen it before. Took his sacrifice might turn into an animal. Yeah, he walked through that fire. Yeah, let's. I like that, Dean. Court beat that ass. He said, "Man, hey, I could be champion at 47 though if I beat Rolly." I respect that from T.O.
Before won't be relevant in this fight because of the journey that you've gone on.
I don't know who that guy is. He died. Oh, I'm in that. Everyone knows that.
They making the sounds.
In your view, it's a brand new Rolly, but like you said, could he bring the old Rolly back out of you? Is there things he could say that could bring that old Rolly back?
Nah, that old Rolly died.
This man keep talking about the
He's
old
been
Rolly
dead for quite a while now.
What changed?
I heard God's voice.
When?
Yeah, they weird, Dante.
Well, the first time, July
weird.
31st of 2017, but right before I fought Ryan, I heard it again on May 2nd. Literally moments before I walked out of the ring. I walked into that car. And
I believe you.
I could never, after that moment, I could never stop hearing his voice. So everything that I wanted to go do, like even if I wanted to go do it, it's hard to, because I know at first, first time it's like, well, I didn't hear his voice again for 8 years. So it's like, okay, well, I did this, I did that, I did all this stuff, right? And it's like, well, if I was doing so wrong, then I'd get spoken to again. And then after that, I just could never stop hearing it. And then it's wild because everything he told me, every single time became.
I feel you, Dean. I'll say this. I like to give people something else to think about, not change your mind. But Rolly, a late bloomer, he picked up the sport at like, what, 17? And think about it, for him to be like a, what is it, 2-time 2-division champion and some shit like that, he overachieved. He overachieved for as late as he picked up boxing and shit like that. That's why I respect it. Like, I don't expect him to be as good as a lot of these other guys, but just think about it. For as late as he started and as early as Ryan started, he beat him. Get what I'm saying? He was focused in that fight. I think Ishmael Silas has been kind of made him more disciplined with his approach in the ring and not as careless and reckless or as impatient. And he's more calculated, and I think that makes him more dangerous. Still lean towards T.O., but don't get caught because Rolly really could change shit, man. He could punch, bro. Hey, you could see it with Eric. That dude really, he's heavy-handed naturally.
True, exactly how he said. And it's like, there's no way. It's like I'd have to win the lottery so many times for it to come, for everything that he said to come true. So at that moment, as like I said, I started, and I forced myself to read. I forced myself to grow closer to God. But that wasn't the secret. The secret was just loving him with all your heart and realizing you need him more than you need oxygen. Because without him, we are all dead. And the only way that we are reborn is through him. And that's the truth. That's what happened to me.
Tio, Rolly's referred to you before as like his little brother. And I know some people view that as endearment, and some people view that as, I'm up here and you're my little brother.
Well, I'm old, bro. What you mean?
You don't look old.
I'm old. I'm a grandpa now.
Oh, you're really a grandpa?
Yeah. Looking for him, he got to be his father before I did.
Yeah, nah, it's okay. I get it. That's how it is. I mean, he's the champ too, so if that's how he looks. But I think Rolly's always had that sense of like big brotherly love. I don't think he only had how many siblings you only have one.
Well, me and Angelica.
You and Angelica, yeah. But I know things have as siblings happen at times. But overall, man, it's cool. Like that's how close we were. You know what I'm saying? So at one particular time, we were just like like what, thick and thieves, or what is it? Thieves
as thick as thieves.
Yeah, as thick as thieves. There you go. So, and it was great. It was great along that time. So now we're just here, and I think, but we're also, and I don't want people to forget this. We are literally putting up an example of like you could be as friends and as close as possible when it comes to fighting. Though this is what we do. This is what we're aiming for. I think Rolly's not just trying to just be one champion, 3 different divisions, Obviously, if he would have stopped at the first one, So he's aiming for more as well. And I think that we just had to cross paths in that point. But I think this is a good example for everybody coming up into the ranks. You fight your friends, but at the end of the day, it's for what you love, right? I got to find out I really am better than him. Sparring can only do so much. But now when we fight, that's really what's going to show the levels and everything in that nature. Plus, he just had a great win over Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, momentum mattered to me in sports, especially in boxing. Big wins matter. It's not the end-all, be-all. Don't mean because you won a big fight, you're going to win your next one. But it do create the illusion, or at least the thought, that you got a good chance to win this fight. I mean, you surprised us once. So many people had him losing to Ryan and getting stopped, and that shit didn't come close to happening. So just got to face reality. This dude proved people wrong in a big way. That was a really big win over Ryan, and then Ryan turns around and get his biggest win of his career. So if Conor Ben could beat him, that's saying a lot. Catching him off the biggest win of his career. Same thing with T.O. If T.O. could beat Rolly at the biggest win of his career, it's better than him coming off a loss or something like that. And T.O. is the guy coming off the loss, coming up and getting the opportunity. I like this. I like this fight. I like what T.O. just said. Right
this could potentially right here, just me and him fighting, potentially strike for a fight that's happening September 12th, between Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia, or for other unification fights.
You think, really speaking of past sparring sessions, does that play anything to you as a benefit where you're a little familiar with his style as opposed to a guy you're facing where you're coming in a little cold because you've never been in the ring with him?
Sparring is sparring, man, and that was so long ago, man. So things change, bro. He's a much better fighter, and I'm a much better fighter. We've gone through pretty much life and death in the ring, you know? It changes you completely. Our bodies are different. Our bodies are more mature. Some of the things that we used to do in the past we can't do, and some things that we could never do we can do now. Two completely different fighters. You can't even compare them.
Did you ever think that the two of you would one day?
Man, if you ever listen to Rolly when he ain't trolling, he answering questions honestly, especially since he made that change in his life. He answered questions a lot more straightforward and with a lot more logic and sense. He's not as silly as what some people would think he is, man. Him and Ryan brawl. Ryan can't beat a brawler. Yeah, nah, that'd be bad. Cause he'll get caught because he believe in his speed and his power too much. Ryan to get caught opening up. I feel like the explosive T.O. that we once knew in Pride was at 135 pounds. I don't think you'll see that guy resurfacing no time soon. I don't. I think he had to be more of an outboxer at 40. There's a chance that he could have been killing himself to make the weight. Maybe going up to 47 makes him a bit stronger naturally, right? But I don't think T.O. will ever be the explosive puncher that they looked at him. They viewed him as at 135. I think he's going to have to outbox guys, and that's going to give Rolly opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. It's going to be a good test for both of
each other
them.
in the ring because you're not that far apart, right? Even when you were in different divisions. Did you think, like, at one point, because sometimes fighters, they become friendly, but not too friendly because they kind of foresee, I may have to fight this guy one day.
We'd always joke around, $100 million, 40 Lamborghinis and all that stuff, right? So, yeah, I mean, shoot. We're supposed to fight in the amateurs, so.
What happened that it didn't happen?
I ended up losing, and he ended up winning, and he ended up going to the Olympic trials.
Yeah. So I think that all those things, it's interesting how things work, right? It's like, I always feel like I'm living my life backwards. And it's like things that I did in the amateurs is now coming in the pros, and it's reversed. So now we're at this point where it basically be 2015, and it's just me and Rolly now fighting. But we're living in 2026.
Like, similar to what I asked Rolly, did you think when you guys were friendly all these years that at some point down the line we may have to get in the ring?
To be real though, like once we got to the point of connecting, I could see why fighters don't, right? Because then there might be a little stagnant energy when it comes to it after if that was to come across. But shoot, I look at this like Rocky and Apollo Creed. Shoot, they became the best of friends, and they fought each other twice, and they sparred multiple times. So if I gotta kick his ass and then he gotta take it out somewhere else, then we're gonna do that. That's just what it is. I mean, like, this is what we grew up. I got motivated watching Rocky as a little kid. So heck yeah, man. Who's Apollo Creed? I mean, you got more black in you.
Want to hear a fun fact? I never watched any of the Rocky movies.
Really?
No.
Never watched any of the Creed movies either.
All right, do your homework, man. I promise you, you're going to be more motivated. More than you are now.
Yeah, film study on Rocky, right?
Heck yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
like inhuman fights where you try to figure out how's one of those guys still alive after the rounds are over.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
No. That's the best part. Is like, bro, like everyone's like, "Oh, boxing's dangerous." Boxing isn't dangerous. Boxing's the safest sport ever. Like after watching Rocky, you think boxing's dangerous, right? But like before that, like boxing's the safest sport ever.
Boxing ain't no safest sport ever. Rolly talking silly now. Shout out to Lucid. I appreciate the gift, man. Appreciate the jewels. Much love. Sending the jewels. We appreciate the support. Let's keep building. Shout out to Lucid. Let's keep going, y'all. We about halfway through this, man. We got about 15 more minutes of this.
We would just hang out. We would talk. Rolly's very he's not very shy about anything when it came to his past. Yeah, he'll show you things that,
Hold on. My bad, y'all.
And it's crazy, all the videos this man has,
My bad. I don't know how the hell I went backwards.
That you can leave it for the boxing world. So the day that you're gone, you know, you'll always be remembered. That matters more.
Is that something you agree with?
Nah, Damon, what you do is you don't pay no $79.99. You get the DAZN package, you know what I mean, already for like $50 a month. And that includes any pay-per-views. You ain't got to pay no extra out of pocket. It's actually a good deal. And then you got to think with PBC joining the umbrella and all of them under there, we going to get a lot of fights where it makes sense to have DAZN. It'll make things really easy for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good deal. Trust me. Like, and then the good thing about it is, you know, fights like with Spence and, you know, what was that? Spence and what was the other fight? Anthony Joshua, all this stuff. You can just go rewatch that stuff. So it makes it good because you can go back and rewatch the fights if you want to. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Redeems, do they help if I send them? Yeah, for sure, Dean. Yeah, these jewels, you send enough of them, they actually count like a super chat. It took me a second to kind of figure out how they work. I'm still learning, but nah, I looked last month and it was like that was the most I've been sent gifts, and it equated to money. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely support. It definitely helped. Let's keep going. I appreciate all y'all.
With Tio, where too many guys are out there protecting their undefeated records, don't want to face the best opposition that's available.
It's like yes and no, honestly. I mean, as long as those guys that are undefeated are still fighting and making the big fights happen, then there's the then they have the right. But then there's many fighters that can't contain that right? And what happens to them? And there's fighters even to this day that are not at the level that we are, championship level, and they lose, and then, you know, that's the end of everything for them, right? Before they even get to the, let's say, continental belts and all that. I agree with Rolly in some cases here. I think that the sport is not dead, though, because it's still talked about. It's still moved around. It's still being invested by multi-trillionaires and more, right? So it's there. It's there for the sport to watch. It's always going to be there since 1867. And I think that as long as I don't die and a guy like Rolly don't pass away, the sport is going to be good until the next guys come in. They're watching us right now and they're studying how this works. And when we get in the ring and we touch gloves, that's really when everything changes the perspectives of fighters getting along, knowing, hey, I could be cool with you, but there is going to be a point of time where we may have to just lace up the gloves and fight each other.
Now that you're moving up to welterweight, is there anything?
I'm not mad at that. I respect that, but I still want to highlight. I get this whole, you know what, this is why Keyshawn and Shakur need to fight. They families don't know each other, and I don't think they broken bread. I don't think the bond is nowhere near as deep as what Shakur and Keyshawn got going. Respectfully, that's just me. I just don't see it, so I think it's different. Big shout out to Dean. I appreciate all the gifts too, man. Much love, bro. Shout out to my guy, man. So this is why Teofimo wife left. Damn. Damn. Shit. Damn, that's how you feel. Al said that's why his wife left him. Shit. Damn.
That you feel like inside that a welterweight version of Tio could do that a junior welterweight version of Tio couldn't do?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just being more comfortable in there. You know what I mean? Like weight-wise and all that, just feeling I think it is a point where if your body's not in it, your mind won't be in it as well. So at junior welterweight, it was great, but I think I stood there for too long. But that's just me after everything that I learned from. You know, I just try to make the best fights happen. To be real, I did not need to take my last previous fight, but I did it just for the fans. And I realized when I do things for the fans, it kind of nips me in the butt, you know, a little bit. You know, I did that for the Camboses and I did that for this one. And I realized when I just go off my course and I just do what I'm destined to do, it's a lot better for me in my career. So welterweight has just been screaming out loud since the time that we fought on Times Square in that event. But, you know, things happen, things occur the way they do. I think now it's just about exploring, and this is my road to undisputed.
And look, I know I got some insight on how they got the fight with T.O., but I really want to know from his perspective. With him saying this, like it sounds like it's no fight in his career that he took where it sounded like he knew he was gonna lose, but the fight was Shakur. What is it about it? Like you saying like you shouldn't have took it? Why did you? Like what made you say, I could take on this guy, I could beat this dude? Like what the hell made you feel like, yeah, I got him? You get me? Like he fought Core though. Hell, he fought Core. You know what I mean? He said, yeah, you got your ass whooped for the fans. I don't get it. Shit crazy, man. T.O. wild, man.
Honestly, this is my road to undisputed once again, and the first stop is Rolando Romero, August 22nd.
Did your body go through that same type of feeling once you went from 140 to 47 where you're able to eat a little better, sleep a little better?
I was dying to make those weight classes. I was dying. I'm big. I'm a big dude. I'm muscle dense, you know? And Teal's muscle dense too, so it's like just going up in those weight classes. We take so much out of ourselves just trying to make weight. It's not like we're naturally skinny dudes or any of that stuff, you know? So, yeah, I like welterweight. I'll probably be at 154 soon, though.
Is it still Raw Dog Rolly? Tiny Dick T.O.?
Okay, maybe that one for sure, yeah.
Yeah, weird,
No, I gave up everything till marriage, bro. I really did.
No, I heard about it. Yeah.
Wasn't there like a TMZ headline recently?
Bro, I gave it up. I gave everything up. It's been over a year now.
Over 1 year.
It's been over a year. I haven't even kissed a girl since my ex.
Oh, that was the same girl that I met the day after, right? From the Times Square. That restaurant?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yo, they so weird.
So you think you could last that long, over a year?
Well, I'm married, so it's okay now.
Yeah,
you know?
But
it's marriage.
Well, what if you weren't married? Over a year layoff.
Yeah, I'll probably live with the monks.
This man is an idiot, man.
Yeah.
But
you speak like one.
It's just like
man say he gonna live with the monks.
At a certain point, you just don't. You just don't care about that stuff anymore. And that's kind of what happened to me.
You know, it's true though. Like, I know we're getting off topic a little bit here, but like when you hear the word in the term sex, it actually means sacred energy exchange. So when that comes around, you got to know what energy you're exchanging with who. And sometimes, you see people today and they're just out.
Why are they talking about sex? Yo. Yo, these two dudes, I swear. This has been a weird ass build up to a fight, man. What is wrong with these two idiots, man? Shout out to Lucid, man. Appreciate you, Queen. Much love for the jewels and the gold coins. We appreciate the support. Man, this guy is something different though, ain't he, y'all? Like he just to say anything, fam. Why is he giving us this is sex education, bro? What's going on?
They're giving it, and without them realizing, they're also taking that energy, whoever they're giving it to, too. It's a give and take.
That soul tie stuff is real.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff, you feel it. There's a reason why marriage, sex should be sacred for marriage.
Reno, do you have sex?
As often as I can.
I mean, intimacy. Yeah. You seem like an intimate guy.
I don't know if I could last over a year like Rolly.
She said, yeah.
See, I'm getting the greatest version that the world has yet to see of Rolando Romero.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. You know what I mean?
See,
I like challenges.
This is a new Rolly. He's not motivated by sex. He's not motivated by money.
I've never been motivated by money.
He just wants the big fights.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. Just I don't know. God really did something to me. He really changed me.
These guys are idiots, fam.
Yeah, it's Just purified my heart. That's really what it did.
Tia, what did you think when Rolly kind of changed his life around and became the Rolly we have right here, as opposed to the Rolly you would see using all sorts of antics at the press conferences in the lead up to fights?
Well, you look at it, right? Even then, when we had the Fatal Fury Times Square event and we did the press conference and everything, right? I was tripped out because everybody seemed so calm. And I was like, what's going on here? So I think it's been maybe also maturity along his side, right? I think that it's all been resonating to him to get to this point where now he's kind of pretty much in the path that God has him laid on here, right? So
they do talk
he's
like
more
they had a
chill and everything.
relationship.
And I could say that I've experienced similarities of what Rolly has. However, I tend to try to still live my, and this is not off him, right? He's his own entity, his own soul, his own body. For myself, though, I registered like, well, God put this world here as our playground. So I'm still going to have fun.
He said, Rolly, his own soul, his own body. What the softcore porn is going on here, fam? What are they even talking about? What's the question? Yo, whoa, man. These two dudes, man. Yo, fam, man. Yo, these two crazy, fam. Yo, and they actually fighting each other.
Good time. Still gonna do me, have my fun, and that fun doesn't mean going out and doing all the things that are tempting or temptation, right? I'm doing everything possibly just to have a good time because life that we have is short, you know. But if you live it right, you could extend it a little longer. So,
You think, Rolly, in boxing, it's a little bit of a balancing act, your devotion to God, but you also have to be a showman a little bit in boxing, as far as like selling fights, getting the people excited. Like Tio's a showman.
Well,
He's like one of those guys. It's like you never know what's going to happen at a media event when Tio arrives.
bro, I just seen a stack of money over there.
There's a money stack of money.
See, this is a man that's not motivated by money. When he heard there was a stack around, he got pretty excited. His eyes opened up.
No, I'm just like over there thinking about this prop money.
Nah, bro, what? Come on, we just go have and get this podcast, bro. All right, so I brought Connect 4. I brought a Connect 4.
You brought a Connect 4.
Played Connect 4 in an interview, man.
Got my game here.
I'll bet you this much amount of money.
We're gonna place a bet.
Have you played each other?
Wow, fam.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, countless times. You know that he hustled Devin Haney in this game?
In Connect 4.
Devin Haney was crying over $50.
Funny, right? So Crawford calls me right one day. Out of nowhere, just calls me like, "Hey man, I got somebody you can beat on." He's saying he keep beating people, and then like he's like, "I could beat you in Connect." I got somebody that could beat you in Connect 4, talking about me, and he was talking about Shakur. So saying that I'd beat Shakur, bro, it was crazy. So Shakur, like, so, you know, we play right, bro. I'll whoop Shakur. I'm like, I'm gonna beat you in this exact spot at the very end. And he's like, bro, I beat him right there. I played him again, beat him again, played him again, beat him. He sent me another game. I didn't reply. I was like, yeah, kind of let him just sit there with the losses, you know? Yeah, no, that game's easy.
Talk about beating Shakur Connect 4.
You know, it's easy. All you gotta do is get 4 in a row.
So you hustled Devin for $50, and he was mad over the $50.
Yeah, he was pissed off over $50. He really was.
What happened to the $100 million deal? I keep hearing. Heck, man.
Oh, bro.
They said Devin was whining over $50. What happened to the $100 million deal? I'm not gonna lie, they some trolls, man. Who the fuck put this fight on? Who said, yeah, let's make this one next? Golly, man. Says this a date? They wild, man. Oh, man. Yo, these two dudes are idiots, man.
So
$100 million 15-fight deal, final fight of the contract to get the last 85 million of it.
Yeah.
Right? Gotta fight Anthony Joshua and knock him out cold.
Are you talking about like the rumor?
He said he gonna get 85 million or the rest of the deal to get knocked out by AJ. Like, yo, they some trolls, man. The post fight is gonna be funny. The press conference.
15 fight deal.
Rolly, you referring to like the rumors that are circulating about Devin?
I want to let you guys know this is the first fight of my $100 million deal. I just signed an exclusive deal with PBC and DAZN. $100 million.
What, are you two gonna get it on?
Red or yellow?
Yellow.
I know he always go for it.
Let's play.
Yo, these
Mic is
dudes,
on.
nah, it's pretty much
Should we
over.
move
They sat here
we can't
and
move the
put
baby
neck
boy
forward,
right here.
man.
We can move him up.
Yeah, move him up.
Well, no. Let's put the Connect 4 in front of it.
All right, now. I like it. See, we get him out of his character. Good. All right, for everybody, man. August 22nd, there you have it. Mr. Versace podcast with the Super WBA Welterweight World Championship. Rolando Romero, Rolex, Rolly. We're going to put him on, and we're going to take it out. Let's go. No pause. It's the takeover.
No pause.
Man, that was
why no pause?
for no
Take it
reason.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it from these two guys. It's been a wild show. And until next time.
Man, shout out to them dudes, man. They some nuts, man. This gonna be an interesting fight, I think. But they some strange individuals, fam. Them dudes are super, super strange, man. But we gonna see. See what big Rolly biggest fighting again. Shout out to Lucid. I appreciate all the gifts, man. Shout out to everybody that hit the super chats, the gifts. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Yeah, now it ain't no pause. It ain't no more no Diddy. It's just no pause now. It's the takeover. Yeah, the zest over. More like the zest over. That shit was super, super strange and weird. But something I'll talk about for a few minutes, man. We're going to revisit it tomorrow because this is the fight that's coming up this weekend. And I do think it's going to be a really good fight. Lamont Roach, I see it as his record is. He got them 3 draws, man. That's tough sledding. You know, he had the biggest opportunity of his career with Tank. Didn't go in his favor, but it didn't go all against him, right? He got another opportunity against Pitbull, another draw. You know what I mean? He coming off back-to-back draws, so he got 3 draws in his career, 20 for just 1 loss, and that was to Jamel Herring. So still to this day, only guy that actually beat him was Jamel Herring. Can William Zepeda beat Lamont Roach? Think this is a really tough fight for Lamont because of how he fights, right? I think he just like to mix it up. He might be trying to prove something in this fight, make things more tougher than they need to be. Well, we're going to talk about this some more and some things. You know, he did some interviews, so we're going to cover a little bit of what Lamont Roach been talking about lately. You know, he's been talking about a fight between him and Shakur as well. This is a guy that I do believe will fight him. So, like I said, Shakur Stevenson has always needed a good dance partner, right? Lamont Roach could be that, but he got to win this fight against a William Zepeda and kind of try to make some kind of statement, right? Like it can't just be another close drag him out fight. I think if it is, they don't give him the nod. I don't think he's going to get the decision if it's a close fight. You get me? We just seen it. Back-to-back fights close. Did he get the decision either time? Nope. And I don't think third time will be a charm if the fight is close and it's with a guy that's throwing as many punches as William Zepeda is known to throw. He's the most active puncher in all of boxing. The dude can throw upwards of 1,500 punches in a fight. So he's ridiculous with it. Well over 1,000 punches a fight. This is what William Zepeda do. He's nonstop with it. Lamont Roach does like to stand in there and bang a bit. Maybe he could clip and catch a William Zepeda. You know, Tevin Farmer was able to do it and sit him down right, but he couldn't finish him. And he got his ass beat in that second fight. This would be William Zepeda getting another opportunity at the WBC strap after losing this Shakur, right? So both guys are coming off, you know, one guy coming off a draw, back-to-back draws, one guy coming off his first loss as a professional. How is he going to respond? I know he's not going to want to lose back-to-back fights. So I expect him to be motivated to try to win this fight. Lamont Roach, you just got to bring a good game plan. I believe in you and your dad's ability to get it done. But again, how Lamont fights this fight is what my worry is, because I don't know. And I'm just saying, like, he fought Pitbull. He was trying to knock out Pitbull. I thought that was very risky, that approach. I think he could have just outboxed Pitbull, you know, just beat him, just show separation. You know what I mean? If a knockout presented itself, shit, take it. But to go in there with the idea that you had to knock this dude out, or you wanted to knock him out, you put a lot of pressure on yourself that I don't think you had to put on yourself to fight this guy. So we're going to see. This is going to be an interesting fight between these two, man. But I think the winner could go on to get something even bigger. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to see no rematch with Shakur and Zepeda, no way. So I'm not rooting for Zepeda to win this fight, but he got a damn good chance. Nobody in boxing throws as many punches as him. Lamont is a very skilled boxer. He's a bit underrated. You know, it's a little bit of a crime that he's just now getting his flowers, but sometimes it take the right opportunity on the right stage for you to get your just due. He's getting his. Now since then he's had those draws that is hanging over his head. So he need this fight to be a breakout performance. I ain't gonna lie, he need a really good performance, a strong win. You get me? I ain't saying you got to stop him, but you got to win, I think, impressively or convincingly, right? It can't be another like close, you know what I mean? It just can't be one of those. I just don't think it's gonna favor you, right? They're gonna favor the guy that more than likely is gonna be the more active puncher. So I hope he got a game plan and something to combat the punch output of Williams Zepeda, because if you can slow that down, then you give yourself a much better chance at beating him. If this dude is throwing well over 1,000 punches, 12, 1,300, 1,400 punches, that's going to be really hard to deal with over the course of 12 rounds, bro. So he got his work cut out for him, but Lamont is the sharper fighter. I think he's the more technically sound. I like his skill set, but I just don't know what his approach for this fight is going to be, because, again, he went into a fight with Pitbull Cruz, a guy that's never been stopped, talking about how he was going to stop him and end up messing up both his hands. So this is him coming off the back-to-back draws. Remember, he had the hand injuries. He had kind of injured or nicked up both of his hands, if I'm not mistaken, trying to knock this dude out. So hopefully this trip he go out there and just do the things that got him those 25 wins. Be the guy that's hard to deal with, the reason why you only got one loss, right? Be that guy. Be the guy that showed up against Tank Davis, show up against Zepeda, but get it done, right? Create some separation. If you William Zepeda, you just lost to one of the best fighters in the world, best fighter in boxing, best boxer in boxing to me, and Shakur Stevenson, doing what you do. Now, did you learn from that fight? Are you able to get better from that fight, or is it just going to be business as usual? You're just going to try to drown Lamont with activity and outpoint him, right? Or stop him, right? That's what he's going to be looking to do. But Lamont got to nullify this dude and stop him from having his way. You can't allow him to get into his groove where he's just throwing a whole bunch of punches, because, you know, unless your defense is amongst the absolute best, not saying Lamont don't have really good defense, it's going to be hard to slip and dodge all them punches. And even with the best defense in boxing in Shakur, he got hit more than he's ever been hit, right? Being in front of this dude. So Lamont, you not as sound defensively as Shakur is, but I think you still can be good in spots. But you just got to pick your spots. I think you got to punch in between him opening up and catch him, similar to how Tevin Farmer did. Make this fight extremely difficult for him by being smarter than him, right? Don't go in here fighting his fight like you did Pitbull. Fight your fight, and I think you give yourself the best chance to win. If you go in here trying to just fight fire with fire, the fact that I haven't ever seen you throw as many punches as this man is capable of throwing, I think that'll be a recipe for disaster. So my hope is that he craft the right kind of game plan to go out there and get this shit done. We want to see this fight, and I think him and Shakur is a really good fight for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tuning in for it. Oreo game today, 7 from your job. Shout out to you. That's dope, though, man. That's dope. Damon, that's dope. Zepeda is better than Pitbull. Yeah, I think he's a different challenge. I think he's a different challenge, too, because of how active he is throwing those punches. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot for anybody to deal with. That's why William Zepeda got 33 wins and 27 KOs. So Roach just can't be one of those wins. Another win, you can't be win 34 and KO 28. Go out there and win 26. That's what I want to see for Lamont Roach. Shit, get KO 11 if you can. You know what I mean? Give it your best go. I'm in support of this fight. We getting some good fights, y'all. We gave boxing its just due. We had a good build. Shout out to Coach Dorsett, a.k.a. Mr. Chicken. Man, he said, Team Haney, y'all some man. Yeah, y'all gonna be in for something, man. Keyshawn is on y'all helmet. You hear? You hear me? Keyshawn is on y'all helmet. But shout out to Williams Zepeda and Lamont Roach. This fight this weekend made the best man win, but I'm rooting for Lamont because I think he could be a good future opponent for Shakur. Shout out to Zepeda. It's going to be a tough fight, but I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rolly and Tio. They got this fight done. And I think Team Haney, they got until the 30th to decide what they're going to do. If not, then it goes to purse bid. If it goes to purse bid, it is what it is. The split going to be what it is, you know? Shout out to my guy, Damaris. Appreciate the jewels at the end of the show. Shout out to everybody that sent the gift, the super chat, cash chat, everybody hit the like button and pulled up for another build. Giving boxing is just due. Rich, my dog. So with that, man, we going to wrap it up. We had a dope build. We over 4 hours in. Giving boxing is just due with no slander. We had some fun, man, with the Dorsett interview. I'm going to fix the title and the thumbnail when I end it. You know, I'm going to put them in there, and we gonna get to the next build, man, to the next day. So, look, shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of this good. Where we at? Tuesday. And I'll see all of y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam. Shout out to everybody. Damaris, appreciate you. See you.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. Right hand, and Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we need to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.